Miss a play, like Behr Dynasty Interior Paint, their most durable one-coat hide paint ever. From a team color statement wall to a fan cave, complete with a mural honoring Nick Saban's 17-year dynasty.
Hey, I like that idea.
Nothing beats Behr Dynasty Interior Paint. It's everything you need all in one can.
Defend your game time with Behr and the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Valid only when tended to colors from the Behr Dynasty and Marquee Interior One-Coat Hide Color Collection.
NFL. San Antonio Sports Stars 50K Pro Football Pick'em giveaway is back. Head to sasportstar.com and pick the winners of each pro football game every week to earn points for each correct pick. Highest points each week wins a $25 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. Highest points overall scores $1,000 worth of tickets from A Awesome Tickets. Pick the winning ticket of every regular season game. Win the grand prize, $50,000. This is an audience national contest across multiple markets. The 50K Pro Football Giveaway. Register and win at sasportstar.com. San Antonio Sports Center.
It's a game day, Balla. The San Antonio Spurs open the season tonight on the road against the Dallas Mavericks, the defending Western Conference champions. Be our first look at Wemby with the new additions CP3, Harrison Barnes, and Stephen Castle. Tip is set for 6:30. We also have Thursday night football. The Minnesota Vikings take on the Los Angeles Rams. You can catch the game live right here. I'm Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Good morning, everybody. Hello. Welcome into a small Friday. It's Thursday here on the Morning Huddle. I'm AJ Hoffman.
You're far too exuberant.
Why?
Far too.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got the poopies. I don't feel very good.
You're way too...
I'm not happy today because I got poopies.
You hope I don't run out of here and leave you high.
My bottom
alone.
hurts.
Dude, this is not... I'm in no mood nor physical condition to deal with your I'm going home attitude this morning. I'm a little bit
San Antonio is my home, Rob.
I know, but you're flying to see the fam. I get it.
I'm sorry you don't feel good, buddy.
No, it's not.
You think I'm
having a baby? What?
You think I've got hitting the road energy is what you're saying?
Yeah, I know you do.
Yeah, you're probably right.
No, you should. I would expect nothing less.
But I got all my gear packed up.
I'm sure.
I'll be ready to rock and roll tomorrow morning. I'll be up earlier than you tomorrow.
Well, we will be up at the exact same time.
No.
Oh, no, as time travels, it will be exactly the same. Now, your clock will say something entirely different.
I think your clock is what will be different.
No, mine will be exactly the same. You're going to be elsewhere, and it'll be feeling a lot worse. I feel for your fam.
I do too, but
I wonder how the good morning everybody's going to sound tomorrow morning.
Maybe you should yell good morning everybody.
Little whisper. Good morning everybody.
Maybe we'll pre-record it, Vic. Or you just take what I did today, the good morning everybody, and play it to start the show.
It'll be like your podcast under the blanket.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have the music in the back. You got to do it right now so it's nice and dry.
No, let's not do that again.
Ready?
It's all I can do to stay on this stool anyway.
Good morning, everybody.
See? I think I just had another cramp.
Happy Friday. Then now we've got it all canned, ready to go.
That's good.
Now we can get Rob's complaining filtered out of it.
Hey, man. You speak of what you know.
Hey, it's a opening day for the Spurs. It's a good day.
It should be. Game day ball.
It's a good day.
We're going north to Dallas to take on the Fighting Todds and their fake Rolles and leased BMWs.
And big hair.
The big hair and
bad perfume.
Overpriced churches.
Ugh, gross.
But they have like the number 13th nicest arena.
I saw that.
Or something like that. They're mid-level.
Maybe we'll take a look at that list. Who made that list, by the way?
Yeah, it's an ESPN list, I think.
I don't want to give away anything on this list, but we'll. There's a list out of the ranking all 30 NBA stadiums, and I think they probably did it because there was a new stadium opened yesterday, and it's very nice. My buddy Mike was out there at it. He was there for the opening night, covering the game. He works for Sirius NBA Radio. And I was watching his Instagram story, and I was like, "Oh,
that's new,
fancy."
Well, they've got the next level scoreboard.
Oh yeah,
they've got now that we can. It's a circle. It's pretty awesome. I think
their arena's nicer than the Lakers.
Yeah,
that won't last long.
It's going to be now. We're going to go to the battle of the stars again. Like who chose the Clips and who chose the Lakers? Which Hollywood star?
Well, I think you know who they're all going to pick.
Well, I saw a few, at least for the opening night at what's the name of the stadium?
Intuit. The Intuit Dome. But those are guys who couldn't afford floor seats at the Lakers game. They're B-level celebrities.
You're like, I'm so sorry you couldn't afford a floor seat or you weren't worthy of the free because your Q rating wasn't quite there. But it's good to see Dermot Mulrooney here at the sidelines of the Clippers.
Yeah. It's like Michael Keaton Jr. has made the trip.
It's kind of those levels stuff. Last seen on episode 7 of Homicide.
Todd Galifianakis is in the stands tonight.
It's the other brother. Which one? What's his name? The brother?
Oh boy, yeah, it's the other guy from Tenacious D that's not Jack Black.
It's the other Wilson brother that's not blonde. That one?
Yeah.
He's there. He's got second row seats.
Yeah, it'll be something like that. But, hey, at least there's celebrities, right? That's all.
They're either hosting the Masked Singer or they're sitting.
Is that Tito Jackson? It is.
Good to see him.
Tito.
Last seen on episode 9. He played the homicide criminal.
Oh, but yeah, it's good to be seen. Are there Spurs celebrities who are generally like on the front row at every game?
Selena Gomez.
Selena is probably our
right?
Yeah, Selena is probably the most notable.
Does she go to all the games?
No, I don't think she's maybe been to one, but she's been seen in our jersey.
Yeah,
that doesn't even count.
The funny thing about the stars at the games is I'll see people that are obviously of note, but I don't know who the hell they are. And I'll see people that are like taking pictures with them, but I don't know who they are. So no, I don't think we don't have any like local celeb that's sitting down.
Does like Jeff Traylor ever show up at the games?
If he does, he's probably incognito.
Really?
I don't. He might be sitting in a. I don't. I can tell you, I've never seen him, but I'm sure he's been.
That's also kind of the weird thing about being a one horse town when it comes to sporting events, because like. If you go to a Rockets game, Andre Johnson or J.J. Watt, there's going to be somebody from one of the other teams on the front row. Kyle Tucker will be sitting courtside. No. It's here, I guess, when the Spurs are the only kind of.
Oh yeah.
Well, when during the dead periods, it's skinny, but when we were titled.
Oh, like Eva Longoria was around.
Well, Eva is still one of those that's pretty consistently here and will represent. But when we were chasing titles. You never knew.
She doesn't wear a Tony jersey, though, right?
No. Actually, anyway, we'll move on from that. We don't speak of such things.
Oh.
But during the day.
They weren't married before?
It would depend on the team that was coming in. Like, we were playing the Lakers. You never knew. I mean,
right.
We always judged, is the dude in the crazy get-up here, the Jimmy, what's his name, the real estate guy with the Lakers that shows up at all the big games that's about 107 now?
Yeah.
You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, but I can't think of his name.
He would show up pretty regularly, and you could tell if he was here, it's a big game.
Okay.
And so he would show up, and if he was here, normally there were others that had bought off.
We got to get some local celebrities here.
Well,
there's Peso Pluma. That's about it.
I don't know if we're not a local celebrity town. We don't do that.
We got to create some.
No, we don't do that. We're not good with that.
We can.
No, we're like San Antonio does not. We don't elevate people like that. We pull them down to us. Local celebrity. Get out of my way.
All right.
You're not gonna get in my way. Traffic's bad enough.
Like Brian Windhorst said some nice things about us. Maybe we can adopt him.
Dude, it's funny. We joked about this when it began. He came down right at the end of last season. It was, about a week before the end of the season. He came and spent a couple of days as Wimby was winding things down. And it's like we brainwashed him.
How many tacos do you think he ate in 3 days?
Well, I get the sense enough of it to where when
60,
he left,
70?
He talked about San Antonio like he was moving here. Like, man, they got something going on down there. That's the nice.
That's right.
Good people, good property, good weather. Like Windhorst, it was August.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was hot when he had come through here. So I think there's something to it, but we're going to have to translate.
He can't sit courtside, though.
We're going to have to translate to get the stars. If you build it, they will come.
They don't let fat celebrities sit courtside anyway.
It costs too much. Seats are expensive.
It's like double the It's taking up it's like on an airplane.
Jelly Roll will have to sit in mezzanine.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just too much. I mean, those seats are $1,000 each.
Jelly Roll might be famous enough now that he can do it, but he would have to have 2 seats.
He's a Grizzlies fan.
Oh, is he?
Mm-hmm.
That's too bad. That's his Tennessee ties.
Yeah, we don't. I guess if we could talk George Strait into coming down.
Come on, friend. He never goes to the games?
I don't know.
Wow.
I don't keep up with him. I'm trying to think of if we have a local celeb that we like. Look who's here. He's here today.
Like if Game Day came here, who would they have from San Antonio to be the guest picker on Game Day?
Wimby.
Oh yeah,
I mean, that would be the get.
A French guy.
The second biggest get would be Pop. And Pop's a downtown celeb now. He lives down in Southtown, so I mean, he's like a gadabout local cat.
He does sit courtside at the games. I know.
Yeah, he's got good seats.
Yeah. Well, we'll work on that. Maybe you'll become famous enough to be the celebrity.
No, I don't want to do that.
You wouldn't sit courtside?
No, I sit with my brethren.
Yeah, but what happens when you become too big of a star to hang with Jason and Joe? What are you going to do then?
I'm not going to be. I'm a man of the people.
Okay.
I'm a man of the people. I've had I've been around here long enough to know exactly how things work around here, and we don't cotton to people who want to be celebs. Doesn't work out well.
We don't cotton. I don't go for IPAs.
We don't go for no IPAs.
I don't cotton for famous folk.
Famous folk. We don't do.
I've never heard that term. I don't cotton. What is that?
I don't know.
Did you make that up? Or is that
don't
like a
so.
long-standing term?
I think that's probably something that's 150 years old.
Really? I don't cotton. I
wonder
why. I wonder how that fits. Huh. I learned something new. Have you ever heard that?
Nope.
That must be an old white person thing that he just taught me.
Yeah.
Being one.
I need to start learning about learning about old white people
the
things.
Things that need to be forgotten are old white people sayings. Most of those need to be put away.
I think any sentence involving the word cotton, probably old white people should probably move on from. Yeah, you're right.
Probably should avoid. In hindsight, there's a lot of old sayings that need to go away.
Yeah, maybe so. All right, we've got a big day for you today. I want to start with something wild that happened in the world of college football yesterday that we talked about. Maybe it could happen yesterday on the show, and sure enough, it did. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning, and heads up on the northwest side, getting reports of a pedestrian who's walking on the highway on Loop 410 eastbound, the connector to westbound I-10. So please use caution. And in Burning, we've got some road work. I-10 westbound Balcones Creek, actually some debris in the roadway reported in the right lane. You guys see something we're not talking about? Call us on the traffic tip line, 210-785-2601. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
If you miss the Blitz with Jason and Joe, then you miss this.
These guys that make so much money, Scheffler just keeping it in his little pouch, giving it back to Tony. Oh, yeah. I want to be rich like that.
If I'm Scheffler, I'm like, all right, what do you say? I got $1,000 check. I owe you $600. Write me a new check for $400.
That's just
give me a blank check.
Oh, my gosh.
Good Lord.
Right home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Let me ask you a question. Is your roof ready for anything? Well, Stevens Roofing, a locally owned company, has been serving our community for decades. Whether it's a commercial project or residential, or repairing your old roof, or maybe installing a new one, they've got you covered. And now Stevens offers solar. Stevens Solar Solutions can save you money and energy. Stevens Roofing, quality craftsmanship, solar solutions, and local expertise under one roof. Call 210-785-0994 or go to stevensroofing.net.
911, what's your emergency?
October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. In San Antonio, 5 domestic violence calls happen every hour.
The time to end domestic violence in our community is now.
Step out of violence.
You are not alone.
Call 211 for help. Call 911 if it's an emergency.
Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling and Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
I've always gotten tons of UTIs. Cranberry products never worked for me, and I was desperate for a way to be proactive. I'm Jenna Ryan, CEO and founder of Eucora. We've worked with doctors to develop effective urinary tract health products. Eucora is helping over 100,000 women stay healthy. Ready to join them? Get 30% off at eucora.com/radio. That's UQORA.com/radio.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
I occasionally have nerve discomfort in my hands, so the things I love to do...
Let's play something, Grandma.
...became difficult as I got older.
If you have occasional stabbing and burning in your hands and feet, try Nervive Nerve Relief. Nervive's clinically studied dose of alpha-lipoic acid reduces occasional nerve discomfort in as little as 7 days with continued daily use. Say yes to healthy nerves with Nervive Nerve Relief.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Progressive knows finding your new home was a dream come true. You wanted a walk-up with central air and a skylight, and you found it. Now, every Friday night, you get to fall asleep to the sound of your downstairs neighbors' dance parties. Progressive can't save you from your noisy neighbors, but we can save you money when you bundle your home and auto with us. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
What makes you so different than the rest of us?
We ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Tell me more.
Our investment counselors focus on service over sales, prioritizing clients' needs.
How do you make money?
We don't sell any commission-based products. We have a simple management fee based on the value of our client's portfolio. So we do better when our clients do better.
What about client portfolios?
We get to know each client, their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more, and then we tailor a portfolio based on their specific goals and needs.
Your clients really come first then, huh?
Yes, we make them a top priority. Our goal is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Wow, maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
AJ Hoffman here for Underdog, the place to play if you're a sports fan looking to win money while watching sports. It's so simple. You just pick higher or lower on a few stats, and boom, you're in the money. I'm so excited for basketball because it provides so many opportunities to win. This season, Underdog's going to be running a special, a promo, or a bonus almost every single day, like Profit Boost. You can pump up your winnings in just a tap when you apply the boost to eligible entries. Discounts, where you'll get an adjusted projection on certain players' stats to give you a better shot at a big win. Or free picks. They're basically a sure thing. A player just has to get higher than a half a point for that pick to win. Plus, all new users get a free pick. It's currently Boostober. From now until October 27th, you can boost your profit on all NBA entries by 20%. Underdog's literally giving you unlimited profit boosts to make basketball picks. Download the app, sign up with promo code ALAMO, and deposit now to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. That's promo code ALAMO. Must be 18 or older and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
It's time to review the top 3 highlights of the day. I'm joined as always by my co-anchor Snoop.
Hey, what up, though?
Snoop, number 1 has to be getting the new iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence at T-Mobile.
Yeah, you should hustle down to T-Mobile like a dog chasing a squirrel, chasing a nut.
Nice analogy, Snoop. Dogs do love to chase squirrels.
And squirrels love to chase those nuts.
On to highlight number 2. At T-Mobile, families can save 20% every month versus the other big guys.
That is very impressive. You know, y'all can take some of those savings and buy some Snoop merchandise.
That's exactly what I'm planning on doing with my savings, Snoop. Now, take it away, Snoop.
Head to T-Mobile.com and get the new iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence on them. Now drop that jingle.
With 24 monthly bill credits, eligible trade-in on Go 5G Next. Well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 connection charge. Cancel entire account before receiving 24 bill credits, and credit stop and balance on required finance agreement too. Bill credits end if you pay off device early. See how you can save versus the other big guys at T-Mobile.com/switch. Apple Intelligence coming fall 2024.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Something awesome happened yesterday in the world of college football. You may have missed it. If you were,
I think most people did.
If you were busy watching, NBA or anything, the Lincoln Lawyer.
Anything other than Kennesaw Liberty.
Liberty goes down. The undefeated Liberty Flames lost outright to the Kennesaw State Owls. And it wasn't just that Liberty was unbeaten that made this interesting. It was that Kennesaw was winless. Not only were they 0-6 on this season, they have, until last night, they had yet to beat an FBS opponent since moving up to FBS. So this was their second year in FBS. They went winless against other FBS teams last year.
I'm trying to think of UTSA's first big win, Incarnate Word's first win, where you go, hey, they did it.
Well, Incarnate Word still isn't playing it.
But they haven't had a real FBS win.
Well, they don't play FBS.
Not yet.
Yeah, well, but once you're playing FBS, you think, okay, now this is our level. We ought to win
about
one.
When they started, when they first began, they were Division II, Division III, and you get a win and you believe. UTSA gets a win and you believe. Kennesaw State it's a little commuter school north of Atlanta. I mean, this is a junior college for all intents.
Yeah. What was the first year of UTSA football?
09?
Let's see.
10?
2011 was the first year of it. Yeah, their first win came against Northeastern State. Then they beat something called Bacone, Georgia State.
That was a good win.
Who's an FBS team now, but wasn't at the time. And then Minot State.
I think that's Minot State.
Minot State, okay.
A little Air Force junior college up there in Dakota.
Yeah, they didn't get it
took a couple years.
Yeah, but once they made it to FBS, their first season of FBS was 2013, and they won their first game at FBS against New Mexico. So, hey, you show up, and in fact, that first year they went 7-5. Actually went 8-5 because they
skillful schedule.
No, 7-5. Sorry, they weren't bowl eligible because they were new, but they were 7-5. That's awesome. Now imagine being Kennesaw last year and not winning any of your games against FBS opponents.
And then beating, of all of them, Liberty.
It was so great.
Oh.
And I don't want to get into why Liberty is unlikable.
They just are.
Everybody's entitled to their own opinions on such things. But it was awesome. It was awesome that it happened. and to get their first ever FBS win. You talk about if you could pick one, oh, that's the one. And it was even what made it even crazier was, so it was 27-24, and Kennesaw had tried to run the clock out. They went for it on 4th and 1 and didn't get it. So now they've given the ball back to Liberty with like 11 seconds left or something like that. And they take a deep shot and to the sideline, and it goes out of bounds, misses the receiver. Clock strike 0. The crowd rushes the field. And Jamie Chadwell, the Liberty coach, he's like, waving his finger, and he's saying 1 second left. And they show the replay on television, and you can tell, yeah, there's time left.
So let me get this straight. The Kennesaw fans were unable to change the referees' minds like Texas fans.
You're right.
Okay.
They could not.
Okay, so if you're a big-time school like Texas, you're allowed to do stuff to alter a call. All right.
Yes.
All right.
Now, in Texas's case, they were right. The Texas fans were right.
But how they did it.
It's just not the right way to go about getting your way. Now, these Kennesaw fans thought they were right in rushing the field, but they said, okay, we're gonna review. Please clear the field. Well, Kennesaw fan was not clearing the field. They were excited. They were having the time of their lives. So the whole time this guy is under the hood, you know that this game is going to continue. And he comes out and he says, after review, there's 1 second left on the clock. Please clear the field. And this time, they actually do clear the field.
That's where they're uneducated. They need to learn. Don't leave the field.
The thing to do is lay down on the floor and have a lay-in. Although
just force them to call it. The last thing you need is one last play where they take it from you and leave.
Although who knows? They would have gotten an unsportsmanlike penalty. Then they would have gotten field goal range, get a field goal to tie it, and of course won in overtime.
So don't leave the field, man.
But they did. They left the field. There was one play left. They tried the pitch thing where they go back, and they screwed it up immediately. Liberty loses. They rush the field again. And
how many people are we talking here?
Like 800.
Maybe just kind of a huddle at the 50.
It's not like when LSU beat Ole Miss and you couldn't see green. All you saw was purple and gold on the field.
Vanderbilt, where there is no. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. This was. Yeah, it looked like a bunch of ruffians rushed the field, and
you could actually hear each individual scream from the field. Okay.
Yeah,
got it.
There was there were full blown conversations happening. And Caden Salter, who's the Liberty quarterback, which, by the way, I find it very, very difficult. And this is no knock to anybody with a nose ring, but I don't want my quarterback to have a nose ring.
What, is it a side?
A side nose ring.
It's not like the cattle ring.
Not that. Not the Zeke.
See, that's the one I would have a problem with.
I don't like any of them. Yeah. Because I think that side one should be reserved for gals.
Well, I don't know.
Just me. That's me. I'm an old school guy.
I'm just afraid you're going to sneeze and put an eye out.
Yeah, I don't want my quarterback to have a nose ring. I'm against that.
What about earring?
I mean, you can't. I mean, quite honestly, you can't wear earrings if you're putting on a football helmet. It hurts.
Right.
Well, I know a lot of dudes that figured it out though. I never could.
No, I had earrings when I was a kid. If I'm putting a football helmet on, I was taking my earrings off.
I remember back in the day when you'd have to tape your ear, like that was going to help.
Yeah, that just made it worse.
But I don't want my quarterback to have a nose ring or a lip ring.
I just want to be able to understand it. Well, yeah, there should be no jewelry on your face in a football game.
I'm just saying, that's you know what? And
I'd try to rip it out of you.
I don't particularly like it with Zeke Elliott. I think it looks dumb. I just think that looks dumb in general. But
what about long hair? What are your thoughts on long hair coming out of the back of a helmet?
I think that if I were a defensive player,
I'd use it.
I'd use it every time. And you're not going to be able to throw a flag on me for horse collar, and I'm not going to need the horse collar because I'm going to drag that and pull every time.
When I was a sophomore in high school, we were playing Holy Cross High School. Sophomore in high school, this would be 1979. Hippies back then. A lot of long hairs back then.
Signs it.
Guy had
no long-haired hippie players will be allowed on the team.
Long-haired hippies. The hippie came around the corner, and I went to tackle him, and he had filled his hair with baby oil.
Oh.
Which, in the offing, was a brilliant idea.
Yeah.
Until baby oil got on everything involved with that football game.
Yeah.
There wasn't every ball by the end of the first quarter was covered in baby oil. I mean, we were all covered in it. It had become an entirely different game.
Right?
Oh no, he slipped right out of my hands. I would have missed it regardless. I wasn't going to make that tackle. But that the idea of using your hair as a weapon, he thought one step ahead, and then we realized that was a bad idea too.
Yeah, and I think it's even worse when guys have like these the big thick dreadlocks, like the DeAndre Hopkins locks.
I'd have one in my hand
all the time. Yeah, no doubt. Like when it's long, stringy hair, I don't know. That feels like it would hurt though too. Like if to get pulled down by that. But if you have long, stringy hair, it feels like. Okay, it's not as easy to grab onto.
Well, yeah, I found for the most part, if you've got long hair in the professional football league, you're normally on defense. You're normally not getting pulled down.
Yeah. I would never have long hair playing football. That's a bad idea.
Well, those were the days.
But I would also never have a nose ring if I were playing quarterback.
Just rip it out at the bottom of a pile. People are.
And if I were recruiting, and you came to my school with a nose ring, I'd say, nope,
not here, son.
Friend. That doesn't play at Liberty University.
Oh, wait, you've got 4 stars?
Beat it.
Only one guy has ever been.
All right. We got a couple people who said Ricardo Chavira. He's the guy who played Eva Longoria's husband on Desperate Housewives.
Good friend, yeah, and he's a big Incarnate Word booster. You'll see him at Incarnate Word football games.
Okay,
yeah.
So he's a celebrity.
Yeah. Good dude, too.
Shawn Michaels, WWE Shawn Michaels.
You see him more likely at a Bernie high school football game than you will at anything local. But yeah,
okay,
he's around here. And there's a couple other wrestlers live up in Bernie. It's become a haven.
Okay, all right. Well, there you go. Now we know.
Goldberg lives up there. His kid
does he?
For champion, I think. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Well, I better not put my kids in school
don't
up
get
there.
Rowdy up there.
Oh, I'm trying to deal with Goldberg's kid. I can't imagine what that looks like. All right. We'll be back. It's the Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports.
Hey, I want to talk to you real quickly about your lawnmower or your tractor. Is it orange? If it's not, you probably bought the wrong brand. I'm not kidding here. Ewald Kubota is your one stop for tractors, mowers, utility vehicles, plus all the service you need. When you're long past buying it, your Ewald is going to still be running. And if you ever need anything, the service, the parts, and the staff over at all of the 11 locations around South Texas are second to none. That's why they've been around here for over 75 years. And if you're looking for rental equipment, whether you need it for a day, a week, or a month, not only do they have what you need, they'll bring it out to you, train you up on it, and when you're done with it, they'll come and get it. That's what they do for you, and they'll have everything you need when you need it. That's what we love about Ewald. And as hunting season arrives, if you haven't gone and cleaned up your blinds, it's time to get to work, friends. It's just around the corner, and there's no better utility vehicle in the world than an Ewald Kubota. It'll help you pick up the things you need to get to the blind, and maybe you're bringing something heavier on the way back from the blind. You know what I'm talking about. You need to get an Ewald Kubota. The RTVX, I'm not kidding, is the best I've ever been on. It's the #1 selling diesel utility vehicle in the United States and North America for one very good reason. Not only does it work today, it'll work tomorrow, and if there's ever been a problem, you got the Ewald folks standing behind it. And if you've been chasing one of those Ewald Kubota RTVs, now's the time to go. You got $0 down, 0 APR for up to 36 months. That's up to $1,000 if you do the math and savings. So go take advantage of that. That goes until December the 31st. Sounds like a fabulous Christmas present for somebody. I'm just saying. Ewald Kubota, from the Gulf of Mexico to the hill country of Texas for over 75 years. Ewald Kubota has been your Kubota dealer.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning, and heads up on the northwest side, getting reports of a pedestrian who's walking on the highway on Loop 410 eastbound, the connector to westbound I-10. So please use caution. And in Bernie, we've got some road work. I-10 westbound Balcones Creek, actually some debris in the roadway reported in the right lane. You guys see something we're not talking about? Call us on the traffic tip line, 210-785-2601. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on the Blitz, we are live out at Little Woodrow's on Braun Road, brought to you by Flight by Yingling. Your chance to win tickets to the Dallas-Philadelphia game and the Bill Bates Ultimate Tailgate Party. Speaking of the Cowboys, we'll talk with Stephen Jones coming up at 4:30, and John McClain joins us at 5:15. The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Insurance offers a great price and round-the-clock protection when bundling home and auto. It's one of those rare times where you could save money and get something great. Bundle today at Progressive.com. That's Progressive.com.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
So, Gigi, you think a woman's place is in the home, cooking?
100%. We were not created. We were not born to do the same things.
Do you think that these are conversations that should be had before people get married?
It's such a hard conversation to have in the strip bar, though.
So loud in there.
The John Clay Wolf Show.
Catch the John Clay Wolf Show Saturdays from 9 a.m. to noon right here on San Antonio Sports Star.
I've always gotten tons of UTIs. Cranberry products never worked for me, and I was desperate for a way to be proactive. I'm Jenna Ryan, CEO and founder of Eucora. We've worked with doctors to develop effective urinary tract health products. Eucora is helping over 100,000 women stay healthy. Ready to join them? Get 30% off at eucora.com/radio. That's UQORA.com/radio.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
When your business needs an electrician, for over 35 years, the family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio. Powered by relationships with dedicated estimators who analyze the issue, research cost-effective solutions, and clearly communicate the options without charging you a dime. A proven process that allows you to continue focusing on your unique purpose. Call Hill Electric at 210-404-9074. That's 404-9074. Or hill-electric.com.
Hey, this is Rob Thompson here for Prize Picks, my daily fantasy game. In fact, mine and 10 million others are playing this every day because we know what we're doing. Prize Picks is the best place to get real money on your sports action. Join me and so many others playing every day. You know why? Prize Picks invented FlexPay, which means you can still cash out if your lineup isn't perfect. Look, you know your sports. How many yards is CeeDee Lamb going to get this week? Is Jonathan Taylor going to get 85 or more? You know what you're doing. Go make your play. Prize Picks is the best way to win real money this football season. Which players are going off? Which players aren't? You know you play fantasy football. Put your knowledge to work. And remember, use the code Alamo and there's $50 in it for you. Download the app now. Use Alamo. Play with your friends. It's the best way to have fun and get yourself in the game. Remember, Prize Picks also offers weekly promotions that can add to big payouts. Download the app today. Prize Picks. Run your game.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
O'Reilly. Need a little help? O'Reilly Auto Parts can help. Need advice? We've got advice. No matter what you need, we have thousands of professional parts people doing their part to make sure you have it. Exceptional customer service. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. The professional parts people.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Order for Jennifer C.
Is this my double shot, double cream, double froth, double pump, double hot, double whip, double sleeve?
Yeah. Can you handle that much caffeine?
Hey, did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Well, I do now.
Seriously, did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Yeah, you just said that.
Did you say I just said that?
Yeah, I'm cutting you off.
Did you say you're cutting me off?
You earn, we match. Unlimited cashback match. See terms at discover.com/credit card.
The current federal government is actually going $1 trillion deeper in debt every 100 days. That's why thousands are turning to Goldco, a top-rated gold company, to diversify their savings with time-tested safe haven assets, physical gold and silver. Right now, not only is Goldco offering a free gold and silver kit, but on qualified purchases, they'll give you up to a 10% instant match in bonus silver. Call 855-838-GOLD. That's 855-838-GOLD. Performance may vary. Consult with your tax attorney or financial professional before making an investment decision.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Lowe's knows that to win the job, pros need the best prices. That's why only at Lowe's, MVP's Pro Rewards members can get a volume discount on eligible orders as low as $1,500 at the Pro Desk. That means you get the prices you need to start any job, small or large. Because Lowe's knows pros. Valid in-store only. More terms and restrictions apply. Visit Lowe's.com/terms or Pro Desk for details.
Hey, this is Greeny. Join me today at 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Bum. Bum, bum, bum.
Hey. Vince says, well, first Vince says Steve Austin lives in Bernie. He used to. He actually lives in Nevada now. He sold his ranch in San Antonio, or in Bernie, I guess, and moved up to Nevada. And now he's got Broken Skull Ranch 2 in Nevada.
What happened to one? That was the one here?
Yeah, he sold it. Wow. I don't know if it was... I'm guessing there's probably some sort of political reasons behind it. Wrestling guy is really into politics now. Yesterday, I saw The Undertaker has endorsed Donald Trump.
That was in reaction to...
And Mankind has endorsed Kamala Harris.
And what's the actor now?
The Rock?
No, not the other one. That's in
the Guardians of the Galaxy,
that guy.
Batista?
Batista. You see that video?
No. Which one is he for?
He endorsed Kamala Harris.
Okay.
So that's why they're going back.
Who does The Rock endorse?
The Rock is like Tiger, I think.
The Rock endorses The Rock.
The Rock is like Tiger in that I don't know what his persuasion is, but that other side they buy tickets too.
That's a smart. So I think he's smart probably, man.
I assume. Just because I don't know where he.
Well, stands. It's real easy for the Undertaker and Mankind to do it because they're not going to be wrestling anymore.
And who the hell cares?
Yeah.
Not that I care about any of them, but.
Yeah, apparently that's now a big political hot button is pro wrestling.
Well, I care about what my favorite wrestlers.
Yeah.
I mean, that's who I'm going to choose.
My favorite wrestler was Andre the Giant, who wasn't an American and
Frenchy.
And is now dead. So it doesn't really matter who he's voting for.
Because he was French.
No, I just liked him because he was like that's what that's what
dead.
Pro wrestlers are supposed to be. They're supposed to be freaks of nature. Like I don't want some regular looking ass wrestler. Like no offense to Shawn Michaels, who is
good hair.
Yeah, but like he just looks like a regular dude with long hair. Like I don't know.
That's all that you needed back in the 90s.
I want my wrestlers to be genetic freaks, please. Scott Steiner, who like is taking enough steroids that like.
Well, that's why you want them just passing through. You don't want them to stay in town.
No,
there'd be a crime wave.
Yeah, I don't want
UTIs
them to live here. I get a lot of UTIs for some reason.
Wrestlers just came through town.
And then Vince also said that the guy maybe he deleted his comment. Well, if he deleted it, I'll leave it be. But he said that guy wasn't very nice. The local celebrity guy. But maybe he took that back. So I'll forget that he even said it. And then, the pro wrestling world making their mark on politics, something I'd always hoped would happen. And now, I don't know if you saw this yesterday, but Vince and Linda McMahon
Vince about to get.
They're now about to be like, they've got their own Epstein Island going apparently.
Yeah, Vince is about to get in some trouble.
Yeah, Vince is about to go to prison.
Yeah, this is about to get ugly.
He needs some political help. He's going to need Donald to win because he's going to need to be pardoned.
Have you seen that? Have you seen the Netflix doc on him, on the McMahons?
I haven't watched it yet.
Pretty interesting. I mean, for those that were in wrestling in the early days, we all know kind of some of the stories, but yeah, this guy's doomed. I'm just going to tell you, he is doomed.
Yeah. On Wednesday, 5 men who worked as ring boys. What?
What the hell?
You should have known.
What is going on? Those are those teenage boys in the van. Oh, those are our ring boys.
While they were young teens in the 80s, filed a lawsuit yesterday that they were groomed and sexually abused by ring crew boss and ring announcer Mel Phillips on the company's watch. The suit names WWE, TKO Group Holdings, and WWE co-founders Vince and Linda McMahon as defendants. Mel Phillips, the accused abuser, died in 2012, but the suit paints him as someone who the WWE gave unfettered access to kids and the means to abuse them, such as private locker rooms. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, they're about to. This isn't going to end well. Yeah, it rarely does, but this is not going to end well.
No, I think old Vinnie Mac might.
Yeah.
That dude, you talk about a guy he was on top of the world at one point, and
yeah,
things have not gone his way.
Nope.
Apparently not as nice of a guy as he plays on air. And
well, you'd have thought Vince McMahon, from what we'd seen, would have been a rather stable individual.
Yeah, I mean,
how he had time
you're
after
telling
all
me
the church services he's attending to do any of this
you're
stuff.
telling me the guy that runs pro wrestling is a degenerate? I can't believe this.
Allowed some unseemly things to happen under his watch? No way.
I can't believe it. All right, let's hit a break. We'll be back, wrap up hour number 1 of the Huddle on 941 San Antonio Sports Talk.
All right, folks, we're just a little over a month from Thanksgiving, and you better go ahead and reserve your turkey. Tri-County's getting them again. The Barber Farms turkeys are coming in fast, and they're not bringing enough of them as usual. The trucks aren't big enough, so you better reserve them. They come in, they're never frozen, 8 to 24 pounds. They're the best turkeys you're going to find. Organic, ready to take the injections, perfect for baking. If you're a deep fryer, man, oh man, they are ready to go, and you get the size you need. But you got to go ahead and reserve them. Write this number down, 474-6872. That's the number to the Heemner Road location. You need to call and reserve them. They just don't get enough. Tri-County Meat Market only gets a limited number, so reserve them today. Pre-order your turkeys and your pies from the Ultimate Cheesecake Bakery. I got a couple of their pies last year, and it's not just cheesecake. They got a peach that was fantastic. Get 1 or 2 just as a side, just as an extra. Just, you never know if Aunt Millie's bringing hers, and you don't like those, so bring your own, and make sure you go to Tri-County and pick up your Cheesecake Bakery pies. Over on Heemner, out on Ralph Fair. Don't forget all the other stuff's in play too. We got some big football. Go get yourself a big old steak, put it on the grill, and thank me later.
Dallas Cowboys head coach Mike McCarthy goes one-on-one with the Morning Huddles, AJ and Rob, Friday mornings.
You invited Dak and Coop over to the house. What mama cooked?
She never disappoints.
Well, what was the meal? We're really curious.
Well, she had the local pizza, salads, pasta dish, chicken.
Mike McCarthy's unfiltered look at the Cowboys' upcoming game. Friday mornings at 6:45 and 9. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
For a limited time, get a free K5 reverse osmosis drinking water system when you purchase a Connecticut water softener. Clean, great tasting water at your kitchen sink. Hurry before they're gone.
Call 656-PURE Connecticut.
Smoky Moe's Texas Barbecue, the best neighborhood barbecue in San Antonio, is now taking orders for Thanksgiving smoked turkeys and holiday parties. Hurry, their whole smoked turkeys sell out every year. Order a freshly smoked, perfectly seasoned turkey and add their delicious side dishes for your best Thanksgiving dinner ever. Having a holiday party? Let Smoky Moe's bring the food. Choose from their classic Texas barbecue to their special holiday catering menu. Order now at SmokyMoe'sBBQ.com or call a Smoky Moe's near you. Smoky Moe's, the pit is is lit.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
At the Home Depot, we know Saturdays are for college football. That's why we have everything you need to never miss a play. Like Behr Dynasty interior paint, their most durable one-coat hide paint ever. From a team color statement wall to a fan cave, complete with a mural honoring Nick Saban's 17-year dynasty.
Hey, I like that idea.
Nothing beats Behr Dynasty interior paint. It's everything you need all in one can.
Defend your game time with Behr and the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Valid only when intended to colors from the Behr Dynasty and Marquee Interior One-Coat Hide Color Collection.
To understand what makes Diamonds Direct different, you have to understand our history. It goes back 60 years to a renowned diamond cutter overseas. From there came years of diamond cutting, manufacturing and wholesaling, supplying exquisite fine diamonds only to high-end jewelers. Then eventually the wholesalers started selling direct to the public, and that started a revolution. Today, we are a global diamond powerhouse with hundreds of thousands of customers and an impeccable reputation. But our core values are the same as always. Our diamonds are the highest quality cut by the best craftsmen. Our prices are the most compelling. Our selection is staggering. Our warranties and guarantees are rock solid. And our people are laser focused on helping you find the diamond of your dreams. So as the story unfolds, as the revolution continues, we invite you to experience a jewelry shopping experience unlike any other. Born in excellence, rooted in determination, and thriving in passion. Diamonds Direct. Showroom hours, directions, and more online at diamondsdirect.com. Proud to call Alamo City home. Diamonds Direct. Your love, our passion.
911, what's your emergency?
October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. In San Antonio, 5 domestic violence calls happen every hour.
The time to end domestic violence in our community is now.
Step out of violence.
You are not alone.
Call 211 for help. Call 911 if it's an emergency.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone. I went through it a while back. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again. At work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text. Text BOUNCE to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text BOUNCE to 42424. That's BOUNCE to 42424.
Products and statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or illness.
Lowe's knows that to win the job, pros need the best prices. That's why only at Lowe's, MVP's Pro Rewards members can get a volume discount on eligible orders as low as $1,500 at the Pro Desk. That means you get the prices you need to start any job, small or large. Because Lowe's knows pros. Valid in-store only. More terms and restrictions apply. Visit Lowe's.com/terms or Pro Desk for details.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
NBA got underway last night. Well, I guess there were those couple games on Tuesday, but full slate got underway last night. Although the Spurs,
there's still 4 teams that haven't played yet.
Tip off tonight. Had some good ones. We'll actually do a recap of what all happened in the NBA yesterday. We'll do that in the next segment. The big news one of the big stories in the NFL is the return of Tua Tagovailoa to practice.
I told you he was coming.
Presumably back to the field on Sunday. Is what
Tyreek
everybody's...
Hill's. He better play.
Tyreek Hill's crying.
He's going to be heartbroken if he doesn't.
Yeah, no, for sure. I guess if I had Tim Boyle throwing me the football, I might cry too. But he said he looked great, felt like old times. Me and him connected on a few deep shots today, and that kind of got me feeling good today. I missed that, and I missed him. I told him I've got to take him and his wife to dinner because I missed him so much. That bleep was so beautiful. Bleep almost made me cry today. Just like having him in the lineup, having him call the plays, having him direct the offense, like just hearing his voice. I know that sounds crazy, but he's a big part of this team.
Well, and you wonder why he comes back, because of the pressure like that. I mean, what he does, there are another 53 men that are reliant on his success to some degree or not. And, the pressure to return is so great. I get it. But I don't get the fact why. Obviously, you got a problem, and we're going to accept the fact that you're going to play through concussion issues. And God knows what we might witness. But why he doesn't take every measure to protect himself.
Like wearing that silly hat.
Why he won't do that. So when he gets hurt, we'll all go, well,
there you go.
Man, we tried.
Mouthpiece, guardian cap, I'd wear all of it. But I do give him credit because I didn't think he mattered. I thought he was just a replaceable piece in a machine, and it turns out he's pretty important to what the Dolphins do.
Well, we'll see.
All right, we'll recap the NBA. It's the Morning Huddle, 94.1.
Riding the work with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. It's the Morning Huddle, KTFM Floresville. 1, 2, 3, Cowboys! South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Sunday night at 7:20. After a bye, it's the first of 2 road games. Dallas and San Francisco taking on the 49ers.
I like this kind of party!
Pre-game starts at 6. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and Ewald Kubota.
You asked for it, you got it! How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Looking for a career you'll love with flexibility, great pay, and benefits, and one of the country's top workplaces? Join their growing team. Go to progressive.com/careers and apply online today. That's progressive.com/careers.
House of Cards and Collectibles is having a huge 10th anniversary sale this Saturday. Thousands of unsorted sports cards will be on sale along with discounted card supplies. Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, One Piece, and Lorcana will also be sale priced. Bring the kids for the costume contest, take pictures with Pikachu, and free door prizes every hour. Remember, this Saturday, doors open at 12 noon. House of Cards and Collectibles at 2105 Vance Jackson. See you there.
Methodist Care Now Urgent Care has over 19 locations throughout San Antonio, open 7 days a week. From injuries and illnesses to school and sports physicals, Care Now Urgent Care is here to help you feel better fast. Find a location near you at carenow.com and use our convenient web check-in today.
I've always gotten tons of UTIs. Cranberry products never worked for me, and I was desperate for a way to be proactive. I'm Jenna Ryan, CEO and founder of Eucora. We've worked with doctors to develop effective urinary tract health products. Eucora is helping over 100,000 women stay healthy. Ready to join them? Get 30% off at eucora.com/radio. That's UQORA.com/radio.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Want to keep your gas-powered engines running like new? Stable's proprietary formulas are proven by third-party testing to outperform the competition in keeping fuel fresh, preventing corrosion, and cleaning the entire fuel system. With Stable, you can have confidence you are doing the right thing for your engine's long-term health. Just pour into your gas can or fuel tank, then top off with fresh fuel. At every fill-up or when you store, start with Stable. Available where fuel additives are sold.
So this new dose is... nope, that's not it. The price is nowhere to be found.
Mr. Green? Hi, it's all good. We've got this.
This is not just help from a Walgreens pharmacist.
Oh, new prescriptions. Cool. Let me check to see if these are the lowest cost options covered by your Medicare plan.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
This is someone supporting you every step of the way. Chat with a pharmacist today to find help saving. This is the human kind of help. Walgreens.
Football season is heating up, and Prize Picks is the best place to get real money sports action while watching football. With over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings, Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. The app is really simple to use. Pick 2 or more players across any sport, pick more or less than their projection, and you could win up to 100 times your money. Prize Picks even invented the Flex Play, so you can still cash out if one of your picks doesn't hit. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code PRIMETIME and get $50 credit instantly when you play $5. That's code PRIMETIME on Prize Picks to get $50 credit instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks, run your game. Must be present in certain states where it is lawful to wager. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
The Halloween parties at the Roo Pub have become legendary. Plan now for the biggest and best Halloween party in San Antonio this Friday. Kick off the party weekend at the 11th annual Halloween party with DJs inside the Roo Pub and Angry Elephant at 281 in Redland Road. No cover charge and a $1,000 costume contest at midnight. This is the Halloween party you don't want to miss. This Friday night, the Halloween party of the year. We'll see you at the Roo and wear a costume.
You go into your shower feeling, but as soon as you reach for the Irish Spring, your day immediately gets better. That crisp, fresh, unmistakable Irish Spring scent zings your brain and awakens your senses. So when you finally emerge from the shower, 37 minutes later, because you pay the water bill so you can stay in there as long as you want, you're ready to take on the day and smell great doing it. Irish Spring Body Wash and Bar Soap. Fresh, green, Irish. Shop now at Walmart.
Attention Dallas Cowboys fans, Twin Peaks is giving away epic Cowboys jerseys all season just for catching game day with them. And with 4 San Antonio locations, get to Twin Peaks for every boys game for your chance to win. Ask your Twin Peaks girl for more details.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We do have a few trouble spots on 410 northbound approaching Behr Road. That wreck causing a 5-minute delay from 151. I-10 westbound La Cantera Parkway, disabled vehicle off to the shoulder. Got a stall at 37 southbound I-10 downtown that's got the left lane blocked. Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
It's a game day, Bala. The San Antonio Spurs open the season tonight on the road against the Dallas Mavericks, the defending Western Conference champions. Be our first look at Wemby with the new additions CP3, Harrison Barnes, and Stephen Castle. Tip is set for 6:30. We also have Thursday night football. The Minnesota Vikings take on the Los Angeles Rams. You can catch the game live right here. I'm Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Sports Center is brought to you by Behr's Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Behr'sBarricades.com.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hour number 2 of the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Look at us, Rob. Look at us.
Take one good damn look.
How you feeling? Better?
Oh, I'm fair to Midland.
Oh.
Yeah.
What's the worst part?
The cramping. The waiting.
How many trips have you made today?
I've lost count.
Really?
It started about, let's see, I get up at 3:30, and I remember waking up, and it was 1. And I thought, oh, man, wow, it's going to be a long night.
That sucks.
So, yeah, we've carried on. I'm out. I'm empty.
You're running on E.
Run out. I don't know what else could happen. Anything else comes, it's an organ. I can't imagine there's anything else in the pipeline.
Hey, if he drops a kidney, you can run in there and grab it, Vic.
I'm telling you, if anything comes out, you don't want it.
I'll be waiting right here.
Just rinse it off. It's fine.
It has been expelled for a reason.
Yeah, big deal.
Seething with something. I shouldn't have had that Big Mac or the quarter pounder.
I
shouldn't have done it. When Trump handed me that quarter pounder, I knew.
What?
I knew.
You're blaming the coli? Whoa! Do you know what did it?
I know I have an idea. But I don't want to cast
Don't name the restaurant.
No, I would never do that because it might not be.
But name the food item that you think did it. What was your entree?
I don't know what it could have been because
we had lunch together yesterday.
And you're fine, so it wasn't that place. This place was a Mexican plate. I had refried beans. I don't think there'd be a problem there. I had a fajita. I don't think there'd be a problem there. Yeah. I had a couple of different kinds of enchiladas. I don't think there'd be a problem there. I think there was a tamale involved.
Was there chicken in any of those enchiladas?
No, I don't think so. If it was, it's always the salad. It's always the lettuce.
That's what you blame?
Normally, in my experience, it's not in the history of things. It's normally the produce that gets you.
Did you? So you had a salad there as well?
Well, there was salad on the plate.
Because we had a salad at lunch.
And I think we even had this. The timing is such that I know the meal that it occurred.
Yeah.
Because this was well after we had lunch. And we had a fine lunch yesterday.
This is the second time in a row where Rob has conveniently forgotten his wallet the day that we go get lunch.
I didn't suggest lunch today, though.
We do lunch almost every Wednesday.
I'd forgotten the day. And then we're sitting in our meeting, like we're going to lunch, like, oh, crap. Well, sure.
He always forgets something.
They brought us our checks.
Late to work yesterday.
They brought us our checks, and then Rob hey, one of you guys is gonna have to cover this. I don't have my wallet.
Oh man!
And I said, wait a minute, that's exactly what you said last week. And he's like, well, yeah.
I told you when I walked in the door.
No, that's true.
Week, I was like,
and that's why you should have kept your wife's credit card.
Well, see, I was being kind.
Rob yesterday
yesterday.
Rob couldn't find his wallet. You found it now? You've recovered it?
Yeah, I do. I have it.
no, he doesn't have it.
I know where it is.
It's somewhere.
It's not on me, but I know where it is.
It's in the car.
So but he needs gas. So we can't find his wallet, but he needs gas. So he steals his wife's credit card, goes to get gas, then went back home to drop the credit card off.
So I didn't know what her day was going to be like. I didn't want her high and dry.
Does she only have one card?
She did. I took the card out of her phone because I don't know where her purse was. It was the middle of the morning. I mean, middle of the night. But I know that on her phone she keeps her driver's license and her ATM card. I knew that's where it was. I didn't know where her purse was. It's normally like in her closet, so that's why I went there and took her ATM card. And I didn't know if she'd need it. I didn't know what the plan was. And the gas station's just around the corner. But the secret to that was I had to break into my house without waking up the dogs, and I did it. And
return it.
Yes.
I said I would have just kept the card.
I didn't return it to its location. I went and put it in the bathroom so she would see it.
Okay.
I didn't sneak back into the bedroom and put it back, but I did skillfully.
Were the dogs in the bedroom?
Ours was, yeah. I mean, I managed to get back in the house with 3 dogs, and none of them barked.
Props. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's a skill.
You are the man of the house. The dogs shouldn't be barking at you.
Maybe that might have been it. But, I mean, I would like to think in the middle of the night, I don't care who they think it is, at least one bark comes up if you hear the door opening. But I was so skillful in my entrance.
That's impressive.
I'm cat-like, nimble.
He went through all that just to avoid paying for lunch.
It is. You know how hard it is to grow up like a T-Rex when your hands can't reach across the table to grab a check? You have to come up with a lot of different things to live like a T-Rex.
Although when the lady asked if it was all on one check, Rob said, "Yeah, it's all on Jimmy," and Jimmy said, "Whoa.
This high dollar, $12 lunch stuff, I don't know about you guys."
And I always feel like I don't want people to pay for my meal because now I'm ordering 2 meals basically every time I go out so I can have one to take home with me.
Okay.
So I wasn't expecting.
By the way, yesterday the way the server, it was funny when we all ordered our lunch and go, "Oh, and by the way, I'd like another complete other meal."
Yeah, she tried to move on from me, and I was like, "Oh, I'm not done.
No, I'm not done." She went, "What?
Excuse me, friend, I'm not done ordering
She went back
food."
on her pad, like, "Okay, let's go."
Second stomach.
Like, okay.
Yeah, like I'm a cow.
I'm not done.
Yeah, you got
all
another
right
stomach.
For my back stomach, I'd like some fettuccine Alfredo, please.
And would you like that in a bucket?
with Oh, that was the best move I made. Was I dumped garlic on my? I ordered the garlic appetizer,
which was just roasted garlic.
Just nothing but roasted garlic
and purple garlic.
That's where we went. Yeah,
and
nice.
they give you the little. That was like some of the most buttery toast I've ever tasted.
Crostinis.
And you smear it on there.
Oh yeah.
But there was still some left over. So
did you just eat it?
No, I dumped it on
Alfredo
in the box.
Alfredo that I was taking home, and all the juice that was at the bottom was all over my. Oh, man. So good.
And Alfredo is always better later.
Oh yeah,
if you wait about 6 hours for your Alfredo, it sets in.
Thickens.
You're right.
And by the way, I'm not blaming the purple garlic for any of my intestinal distress.
No,
it
because
was not them. You're fine.
We ate the same thing.
Yeah.
And I feel great.
I had another meal afterwards, and
I blame that tamale.
It could have been. It had a little bit of a mole gravy. I got the deluxe plate. Where you get a little, because I wanted a couple of different kinds of enchiladas, but they didn't have a multi-enchilada plate.
Well,
so I had
dumb.
to go get the super deluxe wonderful plate that had everything to get a couple of different.
Maybe you just overate.
I didn't, because I had a lot left over.
Oh.
So it wasn't that. I just
you have any hot sauce?
Something got me. No, not enough. I think I needed more.
And you think that would have killed the poisons?
It's like doing. It's like in Mexico, you can, if you just
eat a jalapeno,
you can expend your stay in Mexico by a day if you'll just only drink alcohol.
Did you eat a jalapeno?
I always have a jalapeno. But like I said, it could have been that too. It could have been the produce. I blame the produce.
Because that's when I have the most gastrointestinal issues at a Mexican place, is when they serve that big-ass charred jalapeno.
Oh, the poblano?
No. Like when they put a full jalapeno on the side.
All right.
I can't help but eat it. And I know good. And my wife will tell me, why are you going to eat that? And I'll ask for hers. And then she'll be like, you don't want to eat that. You know how this is going to end. And I do know how it's going to end.
But you still eat it.
And I also eat it like, she tells me if you're going to eat it, at least cut it into little strips and only eat the outside part.
Or do you just bite into it?
I eat the seeds. I eat all of that.
That's the way you're supposed to do it.
That's El Chingon.
El Chingon, yeah.
That's right.
Ándale, güero.
But this isn't that. I mean, I eat a jalapeno.
I don't know what it could be.
No, it's a beastie of some sort. Something is seething inside of it.
I bet it's sweet
growing
tea.
By the second.
You drank too much sweet tea.
No, I think the problem is I haven't had enough.
You had like 3 glasses yesterday.
I've been relatively healthy over the last year or so, drinking exclusively sweet tea.
You had 3 glasses of sweet tea at lunch yesterday. I think you had enough.
No, you're having sugar withdrawals.
I do drink an unhealthy amount of sweet tea, a ridiculous amount of sweet tea.
The waitress said, because I got half and half sweet tea, or half sweet and unsweet, and she's like, "Did you have unsweet?" And Rob was like, "Yes." And Rob had ordered his tea before I got there. I was like, Rob ordered unsweet tea after our conversation yesterday. I thought maybe he was like,
yeah.
And then she was like, oh no, you had sweet. And then she dumped all the sweet tea.
And I was willing to take the unsweet. I was like, I'll take the unsweet. I need to wean myself off. She's like, oh no.
No, I forgot. You like sweet, honey.
The sweet tea. Let's top that off for you, which is exactly what I needed.
Exactly what he needed, as he's been able to unable to control his bowels all morning.
I've remained in pretty consistent control. Nothing's gotten away from me yet, though. I'm not trusting anything.
Yeah, be careful.
I'm not letting anything go.
No,
everything's going to be hard fought to held in there.
Yeah. Rob's clinched his way out of here a couple times. He stood up and walked around, and
well, I'm afraid I'm about to have a child. I don't know what that feels like, but I'm close, I think.
I think they say childbirth is very similar, like from a pain level, it's very similar to like an ingrown toenail. Like, have you ever had a real bad ingrown toenail?
Yeah, that's it, right? I heard it didn't hurt that much. Yeah.
I've had one.
Like women complain about it. I don't know. But it happens. Ingrown toenails.
Some of us are tougher.
Births. It's all same thing.
Kidney stones.
Yeah, same thing.
No, kidney stone.
Kidney stones are probably way worse.
Kidney stones are by far the worst thing that can happen to anybody.
Yeah,
especially me.
I've had one or two.
No, I've never had one.
Did you pee it out?
Did you shoot it across the room, or did they have to go get it?
I had it with one kidney, so I had to go to the ER. They had to operate to get it out because I don't have another kidney to take over.
Oh yeah, well, they had to go get it.
Yeah, it was all like panic mode. It was kind of scary.
I've never had a kidney stone, thank God.
I haven't either.
But I know the friends that I have had.
I'm very healthy.
My wife had one, and she said it hurt more than giving birth.
Oh, well, women have no pain tolerance.
Yeah, but still, when
They're
she
weak.
said that, and I'm in the hospital going like, well, just give me the drugs because I'm not going through
right
this.
now, I feel probably worse than anybody's ever given birth right now.
Yeah, I would have
Like at
probably.
this
I don't know
moment.
how.
You should text your wife and say, honey.
I feel far worse than
Just
her
say, honey,
too.
I want you to know I appreciate what you went through because I feel it now.
But see, I'm capable of doing it and going to work.
Yeah, I went to work anyway.
So
I still
I'm
went to
sitting
work.
here
At least you didn't call in like Minix.
No, right.
I heard
see?
Minix called in sick yesterday.
I know, it's weird.
You know, and I sat in with him on Tuesday.
Because Joe called in sick?
No, but I was just hanging out with him on Tuesday. And now he's sick, and
you sat in. You didn't sit in on the radio.
No, but I said we hung out.
Yeah,
for a couple
I saw you
minutes.
guys in the little
So we
office
were
there.
talking for a little bit. I wonder if he got me sick.
Maybe that's what it is.
Maybe he's got some kind of.
Yeah, maybe it's not the food. Jason gave you the flu.
Maybe.
No,
No.
the stomach bug.
No,
I
I'm
know what it
inoculated.
is.
I'm
He gave
inoculated
you
for
the-
that.
You got a shot yesterday.
I did.
You got a shot yesterday, and I don't know why I feel sick today.
No,
Are you an
th-
idiot?
No, I know those. That.
What shot did you get?
I got them all.
Oh,
He got a bunch
Every
of.
one of them.
He got every shot they would give him.
I got.
I
two
think
shots.
that's what it is.
2 shots.
I think you get a flu shot, you feel flu-like symptoms.
I'm telling you, this ain't that.
All right.
I've been jabbed enough to know what that is.
know?
This ain't that. This is a full-on assault.
Okay. If you say so.
I blame the lettuce.
If you say so.
My wife's fine. She had the same. She didn't eat what I ate, but she got the shots.
Well, you haven't talked to her this morning, have you?
I have. She checked on me.
Okay.
She had heard.
Oh, you were
she
already
heard
rough last night?
Horrible sounds coming from down the hall.
Oh.
Making
You
sure
get
I
a
was-
you get a flu shot, Vic?
No, I don't get any shots like that.
I don't
I'm
get
not
a flu.
against it. I just don't.
Dude, I do.
Yeah, I don't
get any vaccines or anything.
Well, like not even rabies or anything like that?
Well, whatever's required.
I support the
like-
rabid.
Yeah.
No, I got the first couple rounds of COVID shots.
Yeah.
Like the first COVID shot I got was the 2-parter.
Mhm.
Where
I've
I had
gotten every one.
and then I got another one, and that was like the year at like 2021, I guess.
Okay.
I haven't gotten one since. And I never get a flu shot. You know
Yeah, me
why?
neither, yeah.
Because it makes me feel like crap. I don't
for
want
a
to feel.
day.
I don't
Well,
want
even
that.
lately, it hadn't got me. Now it has gotten me sick in the past. I have taken it, and the next day had a fever. That didn't happen the last year, and the COVID one, the last couple hadn't bothered me. Now the first one did. The first one got me, but
Like that's what the one that got me too. But I felt sicker the day after I got my COVID shot than I didn't get COVID until a year ago for the first time.
Oh, I've had it like 4 times.
I still
Did you
haven't
get
had
any shots?
Nope.
See,
Oh, okay.
See, I've gotten every shot, and I've never had it.
See, I got the COVID shot and I still got it. So now I don't need it.
No, you're good.
I've gotten a flu shot and still got the flu. What's the
Yes.
point? You know what I mean? Like if you're gonna say I'm gonna give you an immunization, I want to be immune.
But the response would be, yeah, you got it, but you didn't get it as bad. That you were prepared. It could have been.
That's how they sell it.
Once I got the flu, like legitimately got the flu,
right?
I've been vaccinated ever since. That is as sick as I've ever been.
Real.
I will never get the full-on flu again if I can possibly. Well, I used to get, and I still have a problem with strep throat. I couldn't have my tonsils out there's a plumbing issue. They couldn't take them out. So I've always gotten strep throat over the years. And a couple years back, I walked into, I was getting ready to go skiing. And I'd been around some people that had been diagnosed with strep throat, and I was up in Dallas getting ready to catch a flight like the next day. So I thought I'd be preemptive and go to find a doc in a box, a quack shack, and go get some antibiotics just because I know what my strep throat's like. I know what I'm afraid. So I'm sitting in the waiting room, and I walk in. He goes, "Why are you here?" And I said, "Well, I think I might have strep throat." He goes, "Well, I tell you what, how long were you in my waiting room?" I said, 20 minutes. He goes, "Well, you're going to have the flu." You're going to get the flu.
Oh, man.
So he gave me the antibiotics, and I went skiing and got the flu promptly as I landed.
And there you have it.
I've never been so sick.
You were trying to be proactive.
And I got myself sick and never got strep throat, by the way. So, but seriously, once I got the flu and went through the trials of that, man, I will never suffer through that again.
Well, there you go. That's. I thought we were going to be talking about the NBA.
Yeah.
and we didn't talk about it.
Well, we got time.
But, yeah, we're not. The show's not over.
Yeah, we got hours.
So we'll get into this coming up next. But first, I got to tell you about Game Day Men's Health. And it's right there, 250 Bassey Road, East Bassey Road, right there in the quarry, the Alamo Quarry Center, and the same little thing as Salada. Guys, I went there the other day. I've never done the testosterone thing, and I said, you know what, I'll give it a shot. And I went in, and it was so easy. I've heard before, you go in, you give blood, then you got to wait till your labs come back, this and that, and then then they'll talk to you, and then they'll schedule an appointment to get your actual shots done. Here, I did everything from the time I got in the door to the time I left after my treatment was 1 hour. 1 hour of my time. They took my blood, got my results. I got a consult. They said, this is the specified plan that would fit what you want. And boom, they said, let's do it right now. And now I'm good for probably 4 or 5 months. I'm loaded up on this testosterone. And when you get to a certain age, you need that extra boost. My levels weren't super low, but they said, yeah, you're not below the mark where we say you should be worrying about it, but you want to feel better. Let's feel better. And who doesn't want to feel better? Be the best version of yourself. Don't settle. I'm looking for that energy. I'm looking for that better mood. I'm looking for that kick in libido. You can get all of that. Call Game Day 210-900-3691. That's 210-900-3691. Feel better. Be better. It's Game Day.
If you miss the Blitz with Jason and Joe, then you miss this.
Like to say it was a circus. Just do that, because that would make more sense. Would you go to a tour in Jerry World? I don't know. I would.
Speaking of circus.
Jerry World. Step right up, everybody. You'll see Jerry Jones.
Right home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6 on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
When I wake up,
the best mornings
in the morning light,
start with Wrangler.
pull on my jeans and I feel alright.
Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started on the right foot.
I pull my blue jeans on. I pull my old blue jeans on.
Good mornings make for better days.
I pull my blue jeans on. I pull my old blue jeans on.
Wrangler, for the ride of life.
George gets justice. At George Salinas Injury Lawyers, they don't just represent you, they fight for you. When life throws its toughest challenges, George and his team are there to get you the justice you deserve. And here's their promise: you don't pay unless they win your case. With a proven track record of success, they take every case personally. Call George Salinas Injury Lawyers today at 210-225-0909 or visit getgeorge.com. George gets justice. Getgeorge.com.
It's time to review the top 3 highlights of the day. I'm joined as always by my co-anchor Snoop.
Hey, what up, though?
Snoop, number 1 has to be getting the new iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence at T-Mobile.
Yeah, you should hustle down to T-Mobile like a dog chasing a squirrel, chasing a nut.
Nice analogy, Snoop. Dogs do love to chase squirrels.
And squirrels love to chase those nuts.
On to highlight number 2. At T-Mobile, families can save 20% every month versus the other big guys.
That is very impressive. You know, y'all can take some of those savings and buy some Snoop merchandise.
That's exactly what I'm planning on doing with my savings, Snoop. Now, take it away, Snoop.
Head to T-Mobile.com and get the new iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence on them. Now drop that jingle.
With 24 monthly bill credits, eligible trade-in on Go 5G Next. Well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 connection charge. Cancel entire account before receiving 24 bill credits, and credit stop and balance on required finance agreement too. Bill credits end if you pay off device early. See how you can save versus the other big guys at T-Mobile.com/switch. Apple Intelligence coming fall 2024.
Joel, don't you just love Halloween?
It's okay, but I do like your troll costume.
I'm not wearing a costume.
Folks, if your home's AC starts making those witching sounds, or the pipes in your walls start moaning and clanging like ghosts having a party, call Quarter Moon at 651-5899, and we'll send our team of highly trained
Ghostbusters!
I was gonna say technicians.
I ain't afraid of no clogs.
Quarter Moon Plumbing and AC, 651-5899. License number TACLA 141074E M16004.
Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them.
Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
To understand what makes Diamonds Direct so different than other jewelry stores, you have to go back 60 years, when a diamond cutter became well known for his exceptional craftsmanship. His diamond cutting business flourished for decades. Then his sons got involved and started selling these exceptional diamonds to upscale jewelry stores here in America. After a few years, these wholesalers decided to change the game and started selling these precious diamonds direct to the public at the same prices they had sold to the jewelry stores. The no middleman concept became an instant success, and Diamonds Direct was born. Today, Diamonds Direct provides that extraordinary value to people all over America, leading the industry with the highest quality diamonds that still come straight from the best cutters, offered at the guaranteed best prices, period. Diamonds Direct, a truly revolutionary concept with a unique history, rooted in quality, committed to excellence, and always focused on value. Proud to call Alamo City home. Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday afternoon at 6:30. It's a matchup between two undefeated conference opponents as the Aggies take on the LSU Tigers. Presented by Ewald Kubota and the Angry Elephant. Pre-game coverage begins at 5:30 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. You're listening to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Joe says, get that A&M hat off the Texas helmet, Aggie Rob. There's no place for that there. It's just, it does seem unnecessary and maybe a little offensive.
I'm not offended.
You're not, but a lot of people are.
I don't know why.
Wow.
I think we have 3 fine institutions being represented on our desk.
Yeah, but they should all be separate but equal.
They are.
Well, no.
One needs a hat. I actually came in today, and this is not where I left the hat. Here. There you go. But see, I didn't leave the hat here. Nice. I had left the hat elsewhere, and I came into the studio today, and it was sitting in here.
Somebody returned it to you because it's got your name on it.
But
Aggie Rob.
It was sitting in the control room, and I knew, and Pledger knew I had left it in the control room. And then when I came in this morning, it wasn't in the control room. It was in here in the studio. So I assumed that it had been used in some kind of
in a prank,
schemed prank or skit, some kind of bit that they had used at my famed institution.
Does Joe Reinagle have a loyalty when it comes to collegiate athletics?
I'm pretty comfortable in saying he's not. A&M would not be number one.
Okay.
I'm pretty comfortable in saying that A&M is not his primary love.
But is he kind of like me? Like, he's not an Aggie, but he's not like.
Doesn't hate him.
Is he kind of
in
agnostic?
My world, AJ, you're either with us or against us.
Oh, okay. I'm against you then. If that's the case, I'm against you.
To the mid-level stuff. No, I just assumed, honestly, I walked in, I didn't know Minix had missed yesterday. So I assumed as I got here, they used my hat as a prank, as a bit, as a joke, and that my fine institution and my fandom was used as a joke. They find me funny. And I decided, all right.
Well, Minix is very
aggressive,
pro Bevo,
and ouch, that burns.
Well, see, it's not right, isn't it?
Well, this is a clean hat. That's some kind of dirty implement. I'll take it.
All right,
I'll take it.
There we go.
I'll take it. I'll
No.
take it. But I did do it in response to what I perceived to be a slight that may or may not have occurred.
I think it probably didn't if Minix wasn't here.
Well, you never know, Joe. He's a sneaky one.
Is he? Well, maybe he was just wearing that Aggie Rob hat.
He might have had my Aggie Rob.
He might have been trying to be Aggie Rob. Do you have anything else that says Aggie Rob?
I have a lot of stuff that. Nothing that says Aggie Rob, but this one is mine.
You have a tattoo though that says Aggie Rob.
Well, you have to
really
get to know me.
I saw it at Rob's pool.
You gotta get in with the friends
Rob
to see
was,
the Aggie Rob tattoo.
He was wearing his maroon Speedo.
I had my banana hammock on,
and right above that back tag Aggie Rob on his little tramp stamp
right there.
Oh, man.
I
want him to know who I
couldn't
am.
read it at first because it was very hairy.
Did that hurt?
No.
No, man.
Aggie Rob.
Please. Did it hurt? Let's take a look at what happened in the NBA last night. The first game on the slate were the Indiana Pacers taking on the Pistons. And this was a blowout and then became a game suddenly. And I was like, wow, this Pistons putting up a little fight here. And I want to say the Pistons were leading with like a minute or two to go or 3 minutes to go. And Pacers end up pulling away and getting a 6-point win. But
that was a low-key good game to watch because there's a couple and we're not going to see a lot of the Detroit, but they're better. They're going to be better. But the Ron Holland, Cade Cunningham combo is going to be a lot of fun to watch this year. The more time they spend on the court, the better they're going to look. And on the other side, in that Pacer game, remember Pacers made the playoffs last year, but Ben Mathurin was hurt.
Yeah.
Ben back now. Ben with Tyrese Halliburton and Ben Mathurin is the best young backcourt in all of basketball, and I'll put that with anybody with Shai Gilgeous. I mean, this combo is lethal.
Yeah, and Mathurin's excellent defender. That's a good squad.
Ooh.
And Andrew Nembhard you need to put in that group as well.
I'd forgotten about Math, and I watched Ben yesterday. And thought, oh my goodness, I forgot about this guy.
And then they've got Turner, Siakam, and Aaron Nesmith in the front court. That's a pretty well built team.
And while that. Really, I think that's a testament to where the Pistons are. Pistons are a much better team. They're going to beat some teams. They're going to win a lot of games, but they're going to beat some teams this year.
Cade Cunningham's finally coming into his own. You know, he was – I don't know that he was ever going to be looked at as a full-blown bust, but he was getting to the point where it's like, really, this was the first overall pick?
Well, 3 coaches, 3 years. I mean,
yeah, now
chaos.
I think this is the year, a big year for him, but he looked pretty good on the floor last night. Hawks, unfortunately, get a 121-16 win over the Nets. They were getting blown out in this game, and I was getting all excited, and then turns out the Hawks got back and won it.
Trey had 30.
The blowout that did happen was the Magic over the Heat. Yesterday when we were going through the lines, I said there were 2 games I wanted to bet. I wanted to bet the Bucks, and I wanted to bet the Magic. And I did bet the Bucks. I didn't bet the Magic, and I regret it. And I mean, this game was never in doubt. You said it this morning off the air. The Heat might be in for a long ass season.
Yeah, they're talented. I mean, they drafted Jaquez last year, and they've still got Butler, and Bam is there, but there's not a lot of there. They're going to win games. They're 42, 43 wins, but when it comes down to it, they're going to lose some games that we're not used to seeing them losing.
Bucks 124-109 winners over the corpse of the 76ers. Later in the show, we're going to talk about Joel Embiid and what the NBA is talking about. I saw yesterday the NBA is investigating Joel Embiid missing games. I want to know what that means and what's going to come of it. Cavs 136-106 blowout win at Toronto. Evan Mobley 25-9 with 3 blocks.
Most improved player.
Just an assault on the Raptors on the Great White North. The Hornets get a 110-105 win over the Rockets.
I watched that game.
A game the Rockets, when you were watching in the first half, looked like the Rockets were in full control, right?
Sengun was dominated on the boards. Jalen Green even played pretty well in the first half. I was impressed.
LaMelo Ball, 34, 8, and 11 assists in that game. Almost a triple-double.
He destroyed Reed Shepherd.
And the shots he hit, clutch shots he hit late in the game, it's crazy. He got maybe the ugliest looking shot in the NBA. Oh, yeah. And so the first one, he shot it. I said, oh, what a terrible shot. But he chased it and got his own rebound and laid it in. And I was like, okay, that was strong. And then he took another shot from the same spot, very top of the key, or very top of the three-point arc. And it's so flat. It looks like it shot out of a laser beam.
Well,
and it went in. And
it was going in yesterday. That's the problem with that.
That ain't how it's supposed to go in.
He's still a 30% three-point shooter. That's what he'll be.
Pelicans 123-111 win over the Bulls. Pelicans lose DeJounte Murray to a broken hand in the first game of the season. They were already playing without Zion because he got sick, and then they still blow out the Bulls.
Brandon Ingram
had a day.
Now, let's talk about this roster. We talked, we logged preseason expectations, things. Now, Pelicans, everybody kind of keeps on the back burner just because of Zion.
Yeah, because if Zion's good, the Pelicans could be really good.
When you took even without him, we saw it yesterday. Now you add DeJounte to McCollum to Brandon Ingram. That's a pretty stacked team.
Yeah.
I mean, they're starting five with a healthy Zion, and Herb Jones is as good a defender as there is in the world.
Yep.
Look out for the Pelicans if they can find their way. And beating the Bulls, that's no big deal. Although it was good to see Zach LaVine back. He looked like himself. Got 27 last night.
And Lonzo Ball returned.
Yeah, and credit to that kid as we make fun of the other brother. This guy fought his ass off to get back in the league. But as far as the Pelicans go, remember when it's been 3 years ago when Memphis, Ja became Ja, and that was when Jaren Jackson was Defensive Player of the Year? The Pelicans could be this. We're out of nowhere. They're looking at 50 wins.
They could. Health is going to be the big factor. Speaking of the Grizzlies, 126-124 win at Utah. Tough fight. I'm telling you now, anybody who thinks the Jazz are going to be the worst team in the league, I don't believe it. I really think this Jazz team has like a level of fight to them where they don't want to be pathetic, even though their roster says they should be pathetic.
Well, give them time, my friend.
All right. They haven't done it yet.
The allure of the Cooper flag, it will lay heavy on minds of several GMs.
But you know what? When the Spurs got Wemby, everybody thought that year that the Jazz were going to have the best shot at him because they traded away Mitchell, they traded away Gobert, and it was basically like, we're tanking. And they didn't. They were actually like respectable. I say respectable, given their roster, they were way better than they should have been.
I think they're talented enough to win more games than they will. This will be manufactured losses. This is not they're going
to have to sit Lauri Markkanen because that dude's going to do it on his own.
Getting 35 a night, while it's cool, and I'm glad they get it for what they paid for, but that's not a repeatable thing. It's just, he's a very good basketball player, but 35 a night from Lowry is not something you can bank on.
Well, Grizzlies a pretty good defensive team. He got it against them. Suns 116-113 winners over the Clippers in overtime. James Harden had a shot to tie the game at the end and missed it. Poor guy. He deserves everything. And the Warriors 139-104 winners at Portland on the heel. This game was tied at the end of the first quarter, and it was all Warriors
the allure
from there
of
on out.
Wemby.
And of course, Draymond got a tech. That's the way it will start the season off right, with Draymond getting a technical foul. So, all right, we'll talk about the games coming up tonight. We'll talk about the Spurs game a little later on, and then we'll talk about the rest of the games in the daily lines. But when we come back, we'll hear from Mike McCarthy of the Dallas Cowboys. They've got a football game this weekend. We'll talk about that next. I got to tell you about my friends over at SA Card House, 281 in Bitters. It's San Antonio's premier card house. Fantastic poker experience. And guys, first of all, they've got tournaments every single day, but every once in a while, they got a big one coming up. And that's what's happening now. October 31st through November 3rd, they've got another $50K guaranteed tournament. They've got day ones on Thursday, then they've got 2 on Friday, 2 on Saturday, 1 on Sunday, a turbo if you want to play that. And then you want to get to that Sunday. You want to get to Sundays when that's what the day 2 is. And if you get to Sunday, you're going to have a chance to win a good chunk of that $50K guaranteed. And 10% are going to advance to day 2. I was jealous of the guys who got to play in it last time. I might be out there for this one. I might have to get my hands on a chunk of that $50K. If you're not into poker, you're not a great player, that's all right. You want to learn. There's all kinds of skill levels there. It's a great place to just go have some fun, pass some time, and they've got fantastic food and a great bar right there attached. And you don't have to be a member to go to the bar or the restaurant. So stop by San Antonio Card House, 281 in Bitters, or go to sacardhouse.com. Follow them on the Instagram, SA_cardhouse, to see all the details for the tournaments, and I will see you out on the tables.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We are working trouble spots at Loop 410 northbound approaching Bandera Road. That wreck is now off to the right shoulder. A stall at I-10 westbound LaCantera Parkway, right shoulder blocked, and a stall at 37 southbound I-10 downtown. Also, actually, this one is taking up a main lane. That stall's in the left lane. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA. Time saver traffic.
South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Sunday night at 7:20. After a bye, it's the first of 2 road games. Dallas and San Francisco taking on the 49ers.
I like this kind of party.
Pre-game starts at 6. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and Ewald Kubota.
You asked for it, you got it. How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Jason Minix here from the Blitz for Underdog Fantasy, the place to play if you're a sports fan looking to win money while watching games. I love playing the Pick'em game where you choose higher or lower on player stats, especially this time of year with football. Obviously, basketball getting started, and right now, Underdog, they're running a special promo or bonus almost every single day like Profit Boost, where you can pump up your winnings in just a tap when you apply the boost to eligible entries. Discounts where you'll get adjusted projections on certain player stats to give you a better chance at the win. Free picks, they're basically a sure thing. A player just has to get higher than 0.5 on that stat for that pick to win. All new users get a free pick, and it's boost over from now until October 27th. You can boost your profit on all NBA entries by 20%. Underdog is literally giving you unlimited profit boost to make basketball picks. Download the app, sign up with promo code STAR, and deposit now to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. That's promo code STAR at Underdog Fantasy.
Must be 18 plus and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
911, what's your emergency?
October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. In San Antonio, 5 domestic violence calls happen every hour.
The time to end domestic violence in our community is now.
Step out of violence.
You are not alone.
Call 211 for help. Call 911 if it's an emergency.
Did you know that Wendy's has any size soft drinks for just $1? Yeah, any size, anytime. Like $1 Coke, $1 Sprite, or even $1 strawberry Fanta. Okay, could we maybe switch up the sound effect, please? 'Cause I'm losing it. Wow, no, not that. Any size soft drink for just $1? Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only. Price and participation may vary. A la carte only. Not valid in a combo. Exclusions apply.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline nasal spray.
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
When you switch and save with Progressive, you could use that money towards scoring courtside seats for your favorite team. Progressive cannot guarantee that you can score courtside seats. Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds on average, but courtside seats can be astronomical. Maybe if your team plays in a smaller market, you could swing it. Even still, it's unlikely. Maybe 4th row, which are still incredible seats that you'll enjoy greatly. Savings possible. Courtside, long shot. Switch and see if you could save at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance and Affiliates. Not available in all states. Progressive cannot guarantee that someone really tall will not sit in front of you at the game, rendering your excellent seats just okay.
Hey, this is Rob Thompson here for Prize Picks, my daily fantasy game. In fact, mine and 10 million others are playing this every day because we know what we're doing. Prize Picks is the best place to get real money on your sports action. Join me and so many others playing every day. You know why? Prize Picks invented FlexPay, which means you can still cash out if your lineup isn't perfect. Look, you know your sports. How many yards is CeeDee Lamb going to get this week? Is Jonathan Taylor going to get 85 or more? You know what you're doing. Go make your play. Prize Picks is the best way to win real money this football season. Which players are going off? Which players aren't? You know you play fantasy football. Put your knowledge to work. And remember, use the code Alamo, and there's $50 in it for you. Download the app now. Use Alamo. Play with your friends. It's the best way to have fun and get yourself in the game. Remember, Prize Picks also offers weekly promotions that can add to big payouts. Download the app today. Prize Picks. Run your game.
It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on the Blitz, we are live out at Little Woodrow's on Braun Road, brought to you by Flight by Yingling. Your chance to win tickets to the Dallas-Philadelphia game and the Bill Bates Ultimate Tailgate Party. Speaking of the Cowboys, we'll talk with Stephen Jones coming up at 4:30, and John McClain joins us at 5:15. The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This is Jason Minix, and you're listening to the home of the Texas Rangers, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
All right. Let's address something. I'm trying to be more active on the Brigade Bar with the YouTube. Which, by the way, check us out. Subscribe. We enjoy you guys who listen on the radio, but enjoy you guys who watch us as well. We're very handsome. At least Rob is. I have a lot of people telling me my co-host is handsome. It's really weird. I mean, not that you're not handsome. It's just...
That's a random thing to be told.
I don't know why they tell me. I've had a gal and a guy tell me I've got a handsome co-host.
We got to do it. We do a lot of work with the Sight Challenged.
Claymore, and this is, you got to listen. Cade Cunningham averaged 19 points per game last season. Never considered a bust. Stop it. I literally said the words. He wasn't looked at like a bust, but maybe a guy who wasn't number one pick worthy. No one. I just said he wasn't a bust. But it's like Andrew Wiggins. Andrew Wiggins wasn't a bust. It's just a guy who, in hindsight, maybe wasn't number one pick worthy. That's all.
And it's not their fault.
No.
I mean, like, busts asked for it, in my mind.
Generally. Like Anthony Bennett, that's a bust.
Yeah, well, that was monumental. He didn't ask for it, but he got thrust into the situation. But Cade Cunningham is not a bust.
No, he's not.
You didn't say it. We didn't say it. Now, has he lifted his team? No, we could argue about that. But circumstances, 3 head coaches, the chaos that's gone on in Detroit. They got a little solid foundation. They drafted a guy that plays well with him. That front two, those guys are tough.
Vince says UIW gets no respect from the local stations.
No.
Here's the thing. I'm going to explain this, and I want to say this as nicely as possible. I've got nothing against UIW athletics. I wish the best for them. I hope they win an FCS championship. That'd be awesome. Until this market is interested in them, we're not going to talk about them on the air because right now there's no draw. The fact that they play in a 6,000-seat stadium and don't draw 2,000 people to it tells me, and you can get tickets for $15.
Which is a good thing.
Yeah, you can go to the games for the price of a movie, and nobody's going to their games, tells me there's just not enough interest for us to talk about it on the radio regularly. So would I love it if UIW starts selling out all their games and it becomes like a hot-button topic? I'll talk about it. I got news for you. Rice football, which is a full-blown FBS program, has been to bowl games, was right there in Houston, Texas. And you know why I didn't talk about it? Because no one cared. And if people don't care enough to show up at their games, I'm not going to talk about it on the radio.
And Incarnate Word, we gave him lots of love when Cam Ward was here and Kenny was coaching them to the playoff wins and things like that. You get the love, but this is a customer-driven business.
It is. You got to all these guys who are saying nobody's giving Incarnate Word any love. Are you guys going to the games? How come nobody's selling out the stadium?
I think he is, though. There is a, to their credit, they're growing. This is a new program as well, and you got to kind of develop a fandom. But no, they're well down the list of the hierarchy of San Antonio sports needs.
Yeah. Listen, I'm not trying to keep UIW down, Ren. All I'm saying is go to the games, get your people to go to the games. Start selling out those stadiums. We'll talk about it. But again, it's a 6,000-seat stadium. They can't fill it up a third of the way. There's just not enough local interest for us to talk about them regularly. So, like, when we talk college football and stuff, and you guys are like, where's the UIW talk? It's like, well, dude, there doesn't seem to be enough local interest to warrant talking about it. I mean, I would love it if there was. You know, if the freaking San Antonio Gunslingers start selling out every game and people are clamoring for that, I'll talk about it. But it's just it is what it is right now. Rin says, this is how much you know. They know. He keeps saying that Cam Ward was just GJ, but he was not coached by GJ.
No, what I said was the run with Cam Ward and GJ, when they were winning, we paid attention. That's how these things work.
And Joe says, I went to UIW too. We only went to the tailgates and then left to watch the big schools at the bar. That's pretty typical. It's pretty typical, man. At Sam Houston or Stephen F. Austin, those guys, Sam Houston now is a little bit different, but those guys used to go go tailgate and then go somewhere and watch the Aggies play. That's just the way it goes, you know. Vince says you don't need to sell out the stadium to talk about them. UTSA doesn't sell out the dome. You're right. The next time UTSA has 1,800 people at their football game, I'm going to be done talking about them, because then if that many people is all that care about it, then I'm good. But the fact is, there's still a good crowd showing up at these UTSA games. There's still interest in them beyond a diehard
we'll make a
handful.
In December, I'll put a day on it. December the 10th.
Okay.
We're going to talk a lot about Incarnate Word on December the 10th.
Isn't their season going to be long over?
Oh, but the basketball season will be in full play. And on December the 10th, our Incarnate Word Cardinals will venture up to Duke University.
Oh, boy.
And take on the vaunted Duke and Cooper Flag. Yeah, our UIW kids are going up to Durham to take on a game. So we'll talk a lot.
They should come here.
Well,
Cooper
maybe
Flag, get your ass down here.
Maybe
Home
they
and
signed
home.
a home and home. Maybe that'll happen.
Come on.
But they have signed up to go play in Durham and take on Duke in December. So Coach Harriman, brand new coach, brought him down from Central Michigan last year, trying to grow the program. So be careful, UIW. If you want some limelight, it's coming.
And listen, UIW is a D1 basketball program. I'm more likely to talk about that than I am an FCS college football team. I just am.
Hey, the fact that we even are doing this right now is far more than UIW has ever gotten. So while you can bitch about not getting pub, at least we're talking to you now.
That's true.
That was not a thing even 4 years ago.
Just know I'm not some kind of hater. I just play to what the most people are interested in hearing about. I'm not a Cowboys fan, but guess what we do every day on this show? Talk some kind of Cowboys. Every day. I'm not a Cowboys fan.
I am.
Rob is. Vic is. I'm not, but every day, what do I write down? Got to get in some Cowboys talk. Speaking of, the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, who will join us tomorrow, I believe. I wonder what kind of mood he's going to be in tomorrow.
He's going to be in a great mood.
You think so?
Oh, you kidding?
Well, last week
2 weeks off.
You think he's forgotten it? You think the soreness is worn off?
He's looking forward. He's designing new plays. He's going to be in a great mood.
Well, Jerry, who we played his sound yesterday, commented back about the wide receivers, and he kind of backed Troy.
He used different words.
McCarthy and Jerry are going back and forth on some things. McCarthy responded to Jerry yesterday.
Don't really have one. I talk to Jerry all the time. We've had time to go through the self scout, so I can't really. I didn't see the comments specifically, so but I don't think we have bad concepts in that place. But I'll go back and check. But we're not where we want to be. I mean, that's clearly, and it ultimately is my responsibility, and I'm fully aware of that. But we are very diligent. We're on top of what we want to do. And just like anything, I just came from a walkthrough, and it's just, walkthroughs have been good, but it always goes back to communication. So, just going back to the Detroit game, it's the first run of the game. We practiced it a number of times. Got the look we're expecting him and we had the wrong declaration, based on communication. So at the end of it, we just got to tighten up our communication and make sure our guys are playing fast and the ability to play faster than the opponent. And with that comes confidence, and I think that's what we're clearly working towards, and that's what we want to do Sunday night and get that win.
I mean, this feels like I think Mike McCarthy knows where he sits, and no other owner is talking about his head coach like this in the press. No owner's talking about
not the ones that aren't about to get fired, but
right. And in the next segment, I want to talk about this. There's a story on ESPN about the Cowboys, the tours that they're doing.
This is a story that hits about every 2 years.
And
it's a circus. There's too many people in the locker room. We hear it every couple of years.
Well, when players are complaining
it's
about
true. It's true, but this isn't going to change. Jerry said as much. This is the circus, man. You come to Dallas and full well, you will be in the weight room and look around, and there'll be tourists staring at you.
That's unheard of at any the Texans. Media can't get in there.
I agree, but and those that come and. If they've never been to the NFL and they land in Dallas and they spend their first 3 years of their contract in Dallas, and then when they land other places, they're shocked at how insular it can be other places and how wide open and chaotic, the word that you always hear, what Jerry and the Star are like. Yeah, here it is. This is nothing new.
D. Wayne says, you never mention Texas Tech. They sell out 60,000 almost every game. The third largest team in Texas by far. You never mention them. That's because locally, there's just not that much interest.
Oh, there's a lot of people who went to Tech. Hey, who said this?
D. Wayne.
Hey, D. Wayne, I was a Tech affiliate there for about 4 years. Where were you then? Nobody listened.
Yeah. Rob's guns up. Rob went to Tech.
Well, I spent a brief year there.
Rob he hooped at Tech.
Yeah, so Tech fan, where are you? But there's a place for all of you here. You get Tech talk when we talk Big 12, but we are not going to undress the offense and defense of the Red Raider.
And I know FCS is D1, here too. But Incarnate Word has a chance to play for the national title in college basketball.
Duke.
They can't play for the national. They were ineligible to make the playoff in college football. Therefore, it's a different level. And Ren says, so the next poop and pee story is going to be when.
Coming up next.
Again, this is an entertainment show. Poop and pee are more entertaining than that. Morning Huddle 94.1.
This is Jim Rome. Have a take, don't suck on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. KTFM Floresville.
San Antonio Sports Stars 50K Pro Football Pick'em giveaway is back. Head to SASportsStar.com and pick the winners of each pro football game every week to earn points for each correct pick. Highest points each week wins a $25 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. Highest points overall scores $1,000 worth of tickets from A Awesome Tickets. Pick the winning ticket of every regular season game. Win the grand prize, $50,000. This is an audience national contest across multiple markets. The 50K Pro Football Giveaway. Register and win at SASportsStar.com.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
There are things in life that matter, and there are things that don't matter at all. Sometimes we need to take inventory on what we really value. For example, the price tag on your house doesn't really matter. What matters is whether or not it's a home. It doesn't matter what you say to your kids if you contradict it with your behavior. It matters that your words and actions match, that you have integrity. It doesn't matter if your kids are the most popular at school. What matters is whether or not they are becoming mature and responsible humans. It doesn't matter if the vacation is exotic or expensive. What matters are the memories of family that are made. It doesn't matter if your combined net worth surpasses that of your neighbors. What matters is recognizing how blessed by God you are. You know, sometimes the difference between a good day and a bad day is recognizing what really matters and what really doesn't. This is Mark Absher of the MacArthur Park Church of Christ, inviting you to visit our church online at macarthurchurch.org. The MacArthur Park Church of Christ, connecting God and people.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Hello, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio, and since 1994, I've been representing people and families seriously injured by negligent drivers. I think everyone knows that driving while using a cell phone, texting, posting videos is dangerous. Study after study shows that use of a cell phone like this is the same or worse than driving under the influence. Yet, many people insist on using their cell phones while driving. I've had many cases where my client was injured by one of these people because they chose to use their cell phone. Who are these people? You and I have both seen them, probably today. Men, women, old, young, minivan drivers, truck drivers, 18-wheeler drivers. I know this. The same person that chooses to use their cell phone while driving is the same person who will lie about it later, just to avoid taking responsibility. If you choose to use a cell phone while driving and hurt someone, you'd better hope they don't call me. If you or a family member has been injured in a vehicle collision, call me. Jason Thompson, 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400.
Working from home, you realize you don't have enough outlets or USB ports. Hill Electric can fix that for you. For over 3 decades, the family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio homes and businesses. From adding an outlet, fixing that fuse that always blows, or that flickering light, Hill Electric has the right service at the right price, and there is never a service charge and always free estimates. Call Hill Electric at 210-404-9074. That's 404-9074. Or go to hill-electric.com.
The 149th Fighter Wing of the Texas Air National Guard is hiring both full and part-time positions with over 180 different career choices, including cyber, healthcare, communications, avionics, electronics, and more. The Texas Air National Guard offers a variety of ways you can serve. Earn education benefits that would cover tuition towards a bachelor's degree. To learn more, Google the 149th Fighter Wing. That's the 149th Fighter Wing of the Texas Air National Guard.
Awesome Tickets is your personal ticket broker. Big games, big concerts, big events. Need tickets? Stay local and call Awesome Tickets. Stop paying all those crazy fees on ticket apps. Awesome Tickets has your tickets for all the sports, concerts, any city, any event. Avoid the ticket app fees. Since 1994, Awesome Tickets is local and veteran-owned. You deserve Awesome Tickets. Call 210-226-5136 or online at awesometix.com. That's awesometix.com.
House of Cards and Collectibles is having a huge 10th anniversary sale this Saturday. Thousands of unsorted sports cards will be on sale along with discounted card supplies. Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, One Piece, and Lorcana will also be sale priced. Bring the kids for the costume contest, take pictures with Pikachu, and free door prizes every hour. Remember, this Saturday, doors open at 12 noon. House of Cards and Collectibles at 2105 Vance Jackson. See you there.
Behr's Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Behr's Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at Behr'sBarricades.com. That's Behr'sBarricades.com.
Don't let pain hold you back from living your best life. I'm Dr. Jason Garrett with Arasti. At Arasti, we're dedicated to providing fast, effective relief from pain. Whether you've been dealing with a chronic discomfort for years or have recently suffered an injury, our goal is to help you recover quickly. Our treatment is all natural, non-invasive, and covered by most insurance plans. With convenient locations nearby, relief is just a call away. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti, we fix pain fast.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We are working trouble spots at Loop 410 northbound approaching Behr Road. That wreck is now off to the right shoulder. A stall at I-10 westbound La Cantera Parkway, right shoulder blocked, and a stall at 37 southbound I-10 downtown. Also off, actually this one is taking up a main lane. That stall's in the left lane. And Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
It's a game day, Bala. The San Antonio Spurs open the season tonight on the road against the Dallas Mavericks, the defending Western Conference champions. Be our first look at Wemby with the new additions CP3, Harrison Barnes, and Stephen Castle. Tip is set for 6:30. We also have Thursday night football. The Minnesota Vikings take on the Los Angeles Rams. You can catch the game live right here. I'm Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle. with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Talk.
Hour number 3. Morning Huddle 94.1. I will never apologize for enjoying toilet humor. Poop stories make me laugh every time. Vic's just laughing at the thought of a poop story. It brings me joy. I think it's funny.
It is funny.
I can't apologize for it. I cannot.
Then don't. I'm looking at a weird email. How much do you enjoy the NFL Combine? You look forward to it?
I don't. I think it's so dumb.
Well, for $4,000.
Oh, my God.
For $4,000.
Oh.
You can buy an NFL Combine experience.
Nope.
That will allow you for $4,000. You get to go and watch them run around. You can high five the players on their way in and out. And $4,000. There's an in-suite legend appearance.
No thanks.
Man, I'm a bigger fan of football as anybody, but $4,000 to go watch a bunch of.
Do you know how much pink cocaine I could get for $4,000?
But you got to go to. What do you got to go for that? Argentina to get
somewhere?
That?
Yeah.
Argentinian pink cocaine or 4 days in Indianapolis? What would you choose?
For sure, with the stuff that's gonna make me jump off a balcony.
$4,000 to go. $4,000 to go to a combine.
That tells you how much I care about the combine. I'd rather jump off a balcony.
Trust me, I've been there. You don't need to spend $4,000 for this.
Yeah. That's an absurd thing.
I didn't mean to derail you. I just got this.
No, it's all right.
From the NFL, but my God.
Ren is convinced that I'm mad. Like, Ren always thinks he's got me mad. Trust me, dude. I don't get mad. I enjoy doing this. There's nothing for me to be mad about. If you don't like hearing me talk about poop or pee, you're welcome to change the channel when I do. It's all right. Not everyone likes the same things. I get it. But I'm still talking about it. Rob and I and Vic, we come in here every morning. We say, this is what we're going to talk about. And I feel comfortable when we finish up our game planning. I always feel comfortable. If I say we're talking about the new throne, the new toilet, which, by the way, is an Austin-based company. You can pre-order these things. The concept is a toilet that photographs your poop, and the seat provides feedback on your gut health and hydration levels.
I wonder the message I'd get today.
What?
I know.
I'd like to see that. I'd like this printout that I would get today.
How great is that?
Today is you need to go to the ER.
It's the concept is powered by AI. Throne calls it artificial gut intelligence. The AI is trained by physicians to help you understand what your waist is trying to tell you about your health. So it's good for people with gut health issues, but also good for perfectly healthy people. Now, the biggest concern here is privacy, it says, which Throne has tried its best to defend. It has dedicated privacy and security page on their site that outlines everything it's done to ensure it.
I don't want people looking at my poop.
It promises the images to strictly capture the toilet bowl and nothing else.
Don't be staring at my poop, guys.
Well, it doesn't want you. I think
what
people
I
are
like
worried
to do,
they're going
though,
to see balls.
But I like people seeing my poop, but just not when I'm around. So I like to leave it in toilets around the city. That guy that doesn't flush,
that's you.
that's me.
Yeah.
No courtesy.
I travel this city. It's me in this building. Evidently, I'm doing it here.
It promises the images
Who's concerned about people seeing their poop?
I think it's concerned that it's going to look at things other than the poop.
Oh, like the camera will face up.
Yeah.
I'll get a little look at the big eye, the all-seeing eye.
It says they clarify that the images are all anonymized. Is that the right way to say it? Anonymized,
yeah.
And not shared with third parties.
The people that really want to see your poop.
Yes. So yeah, the newest in toilet technology. Oh my!
Just think, every day there are people that are spending their life's goal is to improve your poop.
That's a nice way to go. My toilet is very state of the art. I've got a bidet. I've got a squatty potty. I do everything I can to stay comfortably pooping.
Well, you mean like you have the seats, the little seat thing? I mean, the little footrest thing.
Yeah,
looks like you're about to,
stool.
First time I saw that, I was like, the hell's going on in here?
It gives you a more complete elimination.
What's going on here? Why am I strapping in here?
Because it makes you feel when your feet are up like that, it's more like you're squatting.
I know
versus sitting.
The first time I saw it, I'm like, "What the hell's going on? Am I about to get launched?
Early
if I press
man
the wrong button, am I going to get shot through the ceiling?"
Early man didn't sit down to poop; he squatted.
No, they squatted. Yeah.
Took a leaner like good hunters do.
That's right.
Yeah.
And the bidet is invaluable. Now this throne,
That's a hose.
This throne, unfortunately, it attaches.
Fancy folks.
It looks like it attaches right where a bidet would attach. And if I've got to choose between my gut health and a clean arse,
right.
I'm picking the clean arse.
Yeah.
You know,
I think one leads to the other.
I don't know.
I think you got poor gut health. You're fighting a different fight.
That's true. But I'll tell you
Those
what.
wildfires you're not accustomed to having.
You know, when you appreciate a bidet.
I
when you've had a morning
right
like
now.
yours and you don't want to use toilet paper
you get a little
anymore.
tender. You get a little.
That's right.
A little tender after a while.
That's right.
But I can't master the bidet. There's a hover factor that I haven't quite figured out yet.
Yeah, I don't want no one to show me either.
Yeah, that's one of those you got to learn on your own. You got to do some OJT on this one.
Right,
I'll teach you, man. Yeah.
So what do I do, dude?
Yeah, just you lean forward and then you wiggle a little.
There's an aim that you got to zero in on this.
Listen, if
it's like a bombardier during World War II. We're coming through the clouds.
Direct hit.
Bombs away! No, wait!
We're gonna be danger close on this one to the testicle region. Do you want to fight? Do you want to fire anyway? Fire! Fire!
It's a full on. We're letting them go, boss.
That's an MC mission complete.
Heading back home. Call in the cleaning crew. Didn't quite make it.
Ever done the open the door of the pickup, wedge between the door and the floor of the truck poop?
What?
I see dead people ask that.
Now start this over. That's a sentence
where
of words.
You open up the truck door and you kind of
lean.
You like grab on. Usually grab onto a seat or maybe like the handle that like moves your seat back.
Right.
And then the door, and you hold on to those.
And in between there.
You do that in a buddy's truck, not yours.
No.
You ain't pooping out of your truck. Now, buddy, I'll take a crap out the back window if you need me to, but no.
Yeah.
Yeah, my car, nothing. Nope.
You wouldn't do that?
Where's the worst place you've ever had to defecate?
Oh my God! I mean, it was when I was in the Army for sure. You know what?
Yeah.
Probably the worst place at Fort Benning. There were these. I won't call them porta potties because they were permanent buildings, but they were dug out underneath, and there was like wooden. It was like a wooden board with some holes in it. That for you to sit on. Now, mind you, there's no dividers, so it's like a community bench with like 4 holes in it.
Oh, no.
That's when you take your newspapers, your wall.
We came across this thing, and it smelled so horrific, and it was almost full to the point where when I used it. And now, mind you, I'd been out in the field for probably 2 weeks at this point, and this was like a luxury to have this wooden bench to poop in.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I had to like move to make sure that my project got all the way out of me because it
wouldn't go any further.
It hit the pile, and there was no more room for it. Like that's how close it was. You talk about danger close. That's danger close.
That's just freaking close.
I had to sit up to finish. I had to like lean up. Oh, there we go. Got rid of that one. Yeah.
I have
you were in the Air Force. You never had to do anything like that.
I brought in the Army guys to wipe me.
Yeah.
Send in the Army dude. Is there any infantry here? I need to head to the head. Any infantry here to help me out here?
Miguel says, looks like the SWAT team is driving around downtown on 35. Oh, I hope there's crime and punishment.
I mean, like, do we have like the old school SWAT wagons? Like, does it say
hope.
SWAT?
You might have, like, in a city like San Antonio, you might have like a one of those cool tank-like trucks.
Oh, like LA does?
Yeah, I know Houston has 1 or 2.
I don't know if we do. I've never seen one.
I bet you do. I bet you
I'd
do.
like to think we
Vegas
do.
has a couple as well. They're not quite tanks, but they're essentially tanks.
Pretty close.
Yeah. I like that.
Every police department needs a tank.
A battering ram and all that stuff.
We need aggressive weapons in our police
Yeah,
department.
police departments are basically
We
the
have
military.
a howitzer. But,
basically the military. All right. I guess we could talk a little bit of sports. We'll do that on the other side. Interesting news coming out from New York, where the Giants continue to be poop, basically. And their owner seems like he's okay with keeping the poop around. We'll talk about that next. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1.
Let's get to a cleanlier subject. Let's talk about your water. I want to tell you about Connecticut water softeners. I've got one. I guarantee you somebody real close to you right now has one too. They've been around San Antonio for a long time, over 50 years. Made in America, they're 80% more efficient than competing models. They have been voted. They have the trophies to show. Their design and manufacture is top-notch around the country. They're the best water softener available. It is just without question available right now at a rate that you've never seen before. If you want a Connecticut right now, for the next 90 days, you don't have to pay a penny. If you'd like to have a Connecticut and see what it does for you, your home, your appliances, your skin, your clothes, your pets, everything that goes with water, you will find out in the next 90 days, and you'll be like the rest of us and become a Connecticut customer. And the reason we're all still Connecticut customers is the service after the sale. It's knowing that Connecticut has been here a while and they're not going anywhere, and we know that they're continually there when we need them. I have a warranty, never had to use it, because Connecticut works a little bit differently than the water softener you have. I bet yours plugs in. This one doesn't. I bet yours uses a whole lot of salt and does some kind of weird cycling thing in the middle of the night. This one doesn't. See, Connecticut only works when you do. It saves on salt, saves on power, it saves you the peace of mind of knowing that you've got the very best. Write this number down. It's easy to remember, 656 PURE or 656-7873. Go to ConnecticutSA.com for details regarding this and this great offer going right now. When you buy your Connecticut right now, you're going to get a free, something I had to pay for, reverse osmosis water purifier. Goes on your sink. They got a variety of designs to match your decor. Perfect for cooking, perfect for your coffee, perfect for your pets, perfect clean water every time. Your choice, it's available now, but you got to make that call, 656 PURE. Get yourself a Connecticut. Be like your neighbors, and I'm sure once you get that pretty water coming out of your faucet, you can come by and thank me later.
It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on the Blitz, we are live at Little Woodrow's on Braun Road, brought to you by Flight by Yingling. Your chance to win tickets to the Dallas-Philadelphia game and the Bill Bates Ultimate Tailgate Party. Speaking of the Cowboys, we'll talk with Stephen Jones coming up at 4:30, and John McClain joins us at 5:15. The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Howdy, Ags. Andrew Monaco, the voice of the Aggies, inviting you to watch all A&M games at the Angry Elephant at 281 and Redland Road. Owned by Chip Ingram, class of 98, the Angry Elephant is known for their liberal cocktails at conservative prices and the best hot dog in Texas. Since 2012, the Angry Elephant's been the place to watch A&M, and this year is no different. Just down from the Big Blind, right next to the Rue Pub at 281 and Redland Road. The Angry Elephant. Like your bar, love your Aggies. Gig 'em.
Hi, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio representing people and families who've been injured in traffic collisions since 1994. The reason it's important to call me as soon as possible is the number of tricks and mistakes you can make, even up to talking to insurance companies, which I'm going to tell you not to do. And also some of the billing practices at our local hospitals. And over the last year, I've seen more and more of this, where hospitals are asking patients to assign benefits they do not have to assign, all in an effort to get more money to the hospital than they would receive if all you used was your health insurance. When you call, I will give you your options. We'll talk about your case. And all of that is free of charge. If you or a family member has been injured in a traffic accident, whether car, commercial truck, motorcycle, I want you to call me as soon as possible after the collision. My number, 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400. Or go to my website at alawyerforus.com.
911, what's your emergency?
October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. In San Antonio, 5 domestic violence calls happen every hour.
The time to end domestic violence in our community is now.
Step out of violence.
You are not alone.
Call 211 for help. Call 911 if it's an emergency.
NCE General Contractors, based in San Antonio, is one of the fastest growing nationwide general contractors with a focus on commercial new construction, design build projects, building renovations, tenant finish outs, site upgrades, and building maintenance. NCE President Brian Ehrlich's a former Madison quarterback and proud to support high school football in San Antonio, building relationships first, then buildings that last. Learn more about NCE General Contractors online at ncegc.co. That's ncegc.co.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like to check the propane tank on your grill first, before hosting a tailgate.
Let's fire up. Here, let me try. Seriously? You didn't check the propane? Who wants chips?
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds.
Salt and vinegar?
You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textplan.us. Texting rules for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Price stopped. Opt out. The FDA has not approved or substantiated these claims.
Mark, you're late again.
Sorry, I just don't have the energy I did a few years ago.
Could be low testosterone.
Low T?
It happens, especially after 40. I was feeling the same way, so I started taking clomiphene from Zelfie. It helps boost testosterone and made a huge difference for me.
I thought testosterone replacement therapies had risks.
This isn't testosterone replacement therapy. There's no injections. It's a simple daily pill that boosts your body's natural production of testosterone.
This helps you?
And clomiphene can double your testosterone levels. I'm building lean muscle and cutting down weight. I'm also sleeping better, plus other benefits in the bedroom. It's easy to try. Plus, send them a text right now and get 40% off.
Text STEPS to 200-300 to find out if you qualify for clomiphene from Zelfie. It can double your testosterone levels, so don't wait. Text STEPS to 200-300 right now and get 40% off. It's 100% online and ships directly to your door. Text STEPS to 200-300. That's STEPS to 200-300.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the NFL. Monday night, Thursday night, and Sunday night football. Presented locally by Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. You're locked on the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
It's showtime!
That's not shocking. Morning Huddle 94.1. The New York Football Giants. I don't know if this is a wise thing. Their ownership now says, we're not worried about this 2-5 start. We're committed to Brian Daboll and Joe Shane.
Well, that's an owner who looks at this team like it's a boat. This is a weekend dalliance. Why would I don't want to spend any more money. I don't need another engine. I've spent enough. I'm not going to get any more enjoyment from this if we win more. That's my nightmare, is to have an owner. As much as we get mad at Jerry, at least he gives a crap. I mean, when I hear ownership like that, you guys are so buried. You've got a bad quarterback. You got a coach underwater. You got all kinds of problems, and you're good. You're good.
I think about on that Hard Knocks when this was the owner. Why can't I think of his name?
I can see him, Mara.
John Mara, saying to Joe Shane, if Saquon ends up on the Eagles, I'm going to have a real hard time sleeping at night. And then the week after, Saquon runs for 1 million yards, which, by the way, I don't know if you saw the clip of Saquon when he could have set a career high in rushing yards. And the OC came and sat down with him and was like, do you want to keep going? He's like, nah, let those young guys eat. And he's like, all right, well, I just want to check with you, give you that option.
Dude,
you're
about to on the field.
You're
yes,
about
sir,
to
I'm
set
out
your
there.
career high. He's like, no, I'm good, man. Let the young guys get some run. Dude, I like Saquon Barkley. He's hard to not like, actually.
And the sad thing is, he gave New York every shot,
he really did.
Every chance. It wasn't like he played his hand. He played the athlete's leverage, obviously, but he gave them the right of first refusal.
Yeah, but, but I would say after that loss, to come out and say, I'm backing this group, they've had 4 home games this season. They have scored 1 touchdown in front of their home fans in 4 games. And he's like, yeah, I'm going to stick with Brian Daboll. I'm going to stick with Joe Schoen, which, by the way, I think Brian Daboll is still a pretty good coach. I just don't know that Brian Daboll is a great head coach.
Joe Schoen is the epitome of inbred East Coast frat boy network.
I don't want him.
What a clown.
I remember when Brian Daboll took the job, I thought Brian Daboll was going to insist on moving on from Daniel Jones. And Daniel Jones had the one good year he's ever had in his career, and they immediately gave him money. And I was like, oh, I know Brian Daboll does not want this dude. Because he is I won't even say a poor man's Josh Allen. And that's why I think the Giants hired him, because they saw what Brian Daboll was able to do with Josh Allen and said, well, if he can do that with Daniel Jones. The difference is Josh Allen's not a big baby. He's not hurt all the time. He's not he doesn't have neck issues and knee issues and foot. Daniel Jones can't stay on the field. He can't take a lick.
And it's the New York market. And I don't think he was emotionally equipped coming from Duke and the environments that he was from to step into this New York market. I think he suffered a lot. Some things he didn't deserve early, he suffered through. And now, again, I don't think Daniel Jones is terrible. I think he's going to be a fine backup quarterback for the next 10 years someplace. He got all that.
Daniel Jones?
Yeah.
He's a good backup.
Yeah, he's going to be a fine backup, and it takes a while to get there, but he will eventually get there. But he's not a terrible quarterback. He's just miscast in a bad environment. And maybe he'd have been a lot more successful if he'd have been someplace else.
And he's built to play 1 or 2 games at a time, not a full season, but clearly, physically, he's built for that.
I have also seen this cat run for 100 yards. There's things that he can do. But what the deeper, more intrinsic problem is we hit on. The owner has a passing fancy. I'm going to lose some sleep tonight, or if we lose Saquon. He lost a couple nights' sleep and carried on. And now, as bad as things are, we're good. That is a nightmare. I'd rather be a fan of Carolina today, because at least they had the balls to bench their quarterback. At least they're trying something. Now, they've made mistakes in the past.
Yeah.
They fired those clowns. They brought somebody, and they fired those clowns.
Brought in new clowns.
But at least they're giving it a shot. I'd hate to have an owner that just rolled and said, no, we're good.
Well, in 2017, Mara came out and said Jerry Reese and Ben McAdoo are both safe.
Oh, well.
And then by the end of the season, they were both fired. So this doesn't really mean anything. But they also talk about Pat Shurmur and Joe Judge, who 2 years each as the Giants head coach and gone. And Mara says that he wishes he'd been more patient. I don't know if that's because he keeps having to pay coaches to not coach, or he thinks that maybe they could have turned a corner.
I think you're hitting on the first one.
He's tired of paying coaches to not coach.
I should have been more patient.
He says that his dad preached all the time
Wellington.
that he should have been more patient, and that's one of the reasons I'm committed to Joe and Brian and giving them a chance to turn this thing around. They went 9-7-1 in 2022. They won a playoff game. They went 6-11 last year. Mm-hmm. I think they'd be lucky to get to 6 wins this year. But the Giants have really kind of turned into a disaster. They've made the playoffs twice in the last 13 years.
Yeah, this is
now. Granted, when they get to the playoffs, they typically win the Super Bowl, which I guess is the upside. But
that required a Manning at quarterback.
Yeah, It's I'm with you. It's tough. I would rather have an organization that is just kind of like keeps throwing stuff at the wall. And I talk about this all the time with quarterbacks. Like I'd keep drafting quarterbacks. Like if I'm Carolina, I'm drafting another one next year. Well, just keep shooting my shot until one works. Because I'd rather that than keep trying to figure out if Bryce Young is any good. Like once you show what you are, move on.
I'm not about rash decisions, but I am about letting football minds do football things and letting owners do owner things by providing the money to the football minds. And if you pretend to be a football mind, that's fine, but listen to those that are. Be involved. Don't just be passive. And then stand by your thing. Stand by your belief. If you believe that Saquon Barkley should be your running back, Mr. Owner, you tell your general manager, I don't care. Go get him.
Yeah.
Go get him. Don't give him the leeway to play this. So I don't like that. Jerry, good, bad, or indifferent, everything that has happened with the Cowboys has been what Jerry wanted. That's his right.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not happy with him. He can't fire me like you try to fire somebody else. I have the right to question, but I'd much rather deal with Jerry Jones than I would with somebody who inherited the team from his billionaire dad that's running it with his brother who seems to be making more decisions than he is. I'd hate to be a Giant fan. I don't want it to be your dalliance, your pastime. I want you to show the same passion about this that I will show you with my long-term fandom and my dollars.
Yeah. Speaking of fandom and dollars, you see what's going on with the New York Jets? What they received yesterday?
I hear tell they've got some what?
Jets fans received yesterday season ticket invoices. And there is an increase in the price. Not the best timing to send someone, hey, renew your season tickets. They're only going up 23.2% for the 2025 season.
Okay.
They increased 24% last season, 13% the year before. Jets fan. Why would you be a Jets fan? Why? They keep upping the price despite the fact that they keep doing absolutely nothing. Help me understand a team losing every single year and upping their ticket prices every single year, and people are like, oh, yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, apparently the first payments due 11/15/24. So they let all their season tickets holders know, hey, you want season tickets next year. First of all, it's going to cost you 23% more, and first payments due middle of November. Start saving up, boys.
Do you think I can't imagine if I'm over the season ticket sales department.
Imagine having to be the person who sends that email out. Like, you ask ownership, are you sure this is what we want to do?
Do you even know what our record is, guys? Is this the best time to do this? Can we hold off, let's say, maybe a week? And the moment we win a game, you can go ahead and do it. But let's win a game.
Yeah, we play the Patriots this week. This is one of our shots. Yeah, we're 7-point favorites.
Because we're not going to pick up anybody this week. Okay.
Let us have a good taste in our fans' mouths and then tell them, now's really not the time, guys.
Who's the owner of the Jets? Woody.
Do you
think Woody Johnson knew that they were sending out the?
I'm pretty sure everything's got to run through him, right?
I would call down to my promotions and ticket department and say, well, we need to start meeting on a more regular basis because your timing is awful. This was the worst thing to do. I mean, you did what? You asked for more money after we've gotten our ass kicked on national TV 2 consecutive weeks?
Oh, man.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't imagine. Jets fans on Twitter, Jets up season ticket prices again at Woody Johnson 4. Are you effing crazy?
You guys are killing me down there. What?
A Jets spokesperson emphasized to the Post that the price hikes come amid high demand for the team's tickets. The spokesperson said the secondary market prices have tracked at 24% higher than face value, that there's a wait list for lower-level sideline season tickets for the first time since the Jets moved into MetLife, and the lower club seats are nearly sold out. So they said that the price hikes are variable depending on the location, with a third of the stadium increases of lower than 6.5%, and the average rise is 9%.
But some went up 23%.
And they said the invoice schedule is in line with the rest of the league, and the 6-month payment plans are offered. And a new benefit for season ticket holders is they have the option to sell back up to 3 games and receive ticket credits for the next season. And you can go to some concerts at MetLife. So that's kind of a plus.
We got that going for us.
Yeah.
I mean, I could get credit for next year. I could put it on the secondaries and make money now. But
yeah. Can I not go until you guys can win some football games and then use all my credits then? Because going right now sucks.
Do you believe that
you guys don't even put the fireman on the screen anymore when we score a touchdown?
Honestly, do you believe them when they say that there is an increased demand?
No,
I don't either. I mean, to me, that just seems patently
You know
false.
what? I think that maybe there's some fans who want to see Aaron Rodgers.
Well, they did.
But, think about what the price of tickets were game 1 last year versus the
Right.
rest of the season. So there is you people want to see Aaron Rodgers, but
they did want to see him. And you're asking me to go buy a ticket. I just watched this cat. I'm not sure he's even playing next year.
That's the other thing. You're asking me to pay Aaron Rodgers prices for a time when I don't know that Aaron Rodgers is going to be around.
This clown, and I'm not even. He's
Who's
not
our
even worth
quarterback
it now.
next year? Yeah.
So I don't think it's.
And is Devontae going to be here next year? No one. There's no answers for that.
Are all the NFL teams getting their season ticket renewals right now?
They all go out at different times.
Seems pretty early.
It seems like really bad timing. Is all I'm saying.
So you're thinking it's going to get worse? Is what I'm thinking. Jet hierarchy. The admin goes. You think it's
Can
bad
it get
now?
worse than 2-5? Like,
well, yeah, 2-9.
You play the Patriots this weekend. Like, just wait for that one.
Or we lose and it gets even worse. We better get this renewal out now.
I saw a great meme about the Jets. Said if it was Devontae and Aaron Rodgers, and said if you weren't with us when we were 2-5, don't try being a fan when we're 5-12. I don't want to hear from you when we're 5-12, baby. Don't try and jump on the bandwagon then.
I'm on.
All right. When we come back, we're going to talk about Thursday night football. We've got NFL tonight. It is the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
How you feeling this morning? I hope you woke up with nothing paining you, keeping out of life. If that is you, carry on. You're doing things correctly. But if you're like the rest of us, something bothering you, something holding you out of your life, I want you to consider a Rosty. So many of us decide we're just going to live with pain. We're going to wake up and deal with it, and we'll take a couple of pills, and maybe it'll get, numb enough to where I can carry through, but it doesn't go away. And if you're living like that, you will find it won't go away. If you've come to the end and you're trying to get it fixed, I want you to call my friends over to Rosty. Rosty providers are all around San Antonio, literal experts at getting you out of pain in ways you might not have considered. So many of us go to our doctor and we take a pill or we go to a rehab to kind of prolong things without considering other methods of getting you fixed. Now, a Rosty is a combination of a lot of different things. I can't describe it. I can just tell you what they've done for me. I've had lower back issues most of my adult life. Anybody who's had them knows what it's like. That seizes up, and it's 3 weeks of limping around and hoping. I staggered into a Rosty provider. I went 2 visits, and before you knew it, I was feeling better. 3, I was back in the game. I am now a lifetime patient, and I want that for you. You don't have to worry about living in pain because it's around you, and it can be fixed in a lot shorter time than you might think. On average, under 4 visits gets a Rosty patients back in the game. Things you need to know? You don't need a referral, so write this number down. It's 1-800-404-6050. They accept most insurances, as great physicians and doctors do, so you don't need to worry about that. So what are you waiting on? Don't let pain keep you from doing things that you love. A Rosty providers around San Antonio are waiting to get you fixed. Call them today. Let them take care of you. And then come on by and thank me later.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We are working trouble spots at Loop 410 northbound approaching Behr Road. That wreck is now off to the right shoulder. A stall at I-10 westbound Lacantera Parkway, right shoulder blocked, and a stall at 37 southbound I-10 downtown. Also off. Actually, this one is taking up a main lane. That stall's in the left lane. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA. Time saver traffic.
If you miss the Blitz with Jason and Joe, then you miss this.
In Minnesota, where it was minus 48 degrees, we were fogging and icing up the inside of the windshield from the moisture in your breath.
Well, couldn't you just spit on it? Isn't that what you do with a mask when you go, like...
Oh, you gotta give him that huck.
Just spit on the windshield and wipe it off. And
Get out of your mouth.
In a mask when you're going underwater.
Ride home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6 on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Joe Reinagle here for the Golf Club of Texas, open to the public 7 days a week with a country club feel. It's football season, so book your tee times early at golfclubtexas.com and stick around and watch the games. Make Golf Club of Texas your football headquarters where you can watch every game. They'll even stay open until the end of every NFL game, including Thursday, Sunday, and Monday nights. Get into the Tin Cup Bar at the Golf Club of Texas, Highway 90 at Briggs Ranch Road. Golf Club of Texas, the friendliest golf course in Texas.
Did you know that Wendy's has any size soft drinks for just $1? Yeah, any size, anytime. Like $1 Coke, $1 Sprite, or even $1 strawberry Fanta. Okay, could we maybe switch up the sound effect, please? Because I'm losing it. Wow, no, not that. Any size soft drink for just $1? Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only. Price and participation may vary. A la carte only. Not valid in a combo. Exclusions apply.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline Nasal Spray.
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it! Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
Awesome Tickets is your personal ticket broker. Big games, big concerts, big events. Need tickets? Stay local and call Awesome Tickets. Stop paying all those crazy fees on ticket apps. Awesome Tickets has your tickets for all the sports, concerts, any city, any event. Avoid the ticket app fees. Since 1994, Awesome Tickets is local and veteran owned. You deserve Awesome Tickets. Call 210-226-5136 or online at awesometix.com. That's awesome, TIX.com.
So this new dose is, nope, that's not it. The price is nowhere to be found.
Mr. Green? Hi, it's all good. We've got this.
This is not just help from a Walgreens pharmacist.
Oh, new prescriptions. Cool. Let me check to see if these are the lowest cost options covered by your Medicare plan.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
This is someone supporting you every step of the way. Chat with a pharmacist today to find help saving. This is the human kind of help. Walgreens.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone. I went through it a while back. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again. At work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text. Text BIKE to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text DIKE to 321-321. That's BIKE to 321-321.
Products and statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or illness.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday afternoon at 6:30. It's a matchup between two undefeated conference opponents as the Aggies take on the LSU Tigers. Presented by Ewald Kubota and the Angry Elephant. Pre-game coverage begins at 5:30 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
We got a pretty fascinating Thursday night football matchup. I say that relatively. It's a
well, it's lopsided.
It's actually not.
I think it is.
It's
You
a
think the
three-point
Rams are going to
spread.
stay close on this one?
I think so. Yeah.
I don't know. I just think Minnesota's playing really, really good.
They are, but I think the Rams are playing worse than they're capable of playing. And the fact they're getting Cooper Kupp back today.
I was just about to ask you about that Kupp thing. Do you think there's any legs to all the rumors about him getting moved?
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, I think if they lose this game, the talk picks up, certainly. I think teams are starting to see that, okay, we can move on from this wide receiver, save a little money, get a fourth-round, third-round pick.
How much would you hold a Minnesota responsible losing two straight? Where do you put them if they did go down to the Rams? Are they what? I mean, to me, even if they lost tonight, they have acquitted themselves to the point where I consider them the cream of the NFC, not the highest, but they're in the top 3 or 4, whether they lose tonight or not. But I do expect them to show up. I think that they played not good enough to win against Detroit. You know, they should have done better, and I think that would be enough to turn this short week around and have a get a win against a team that's, battered and bruised.
Yeah, I think that I still hold them in pretty high regard. I think we got to remember this is a team who already beat the Niners, the healthy Niners, or the healthy-ish Niners. They beat the hell out of the Texans. They went to Green Bay and got a win. This is a team that's got some quality wins. and they lost by 2 points to the Lions in a coin flip game. They could have won that game easily. If they play that game 10 times, the Vikings win at least 4, if not 5.
Yeah, they let it slip away, no doubt. So, that momentum, even with the loss, I think is enough to carry them in against a Rams team that's savvy. I mean, they're going to beat you if you give them a chance.
And, man, you talk about the schedule opening up. If you don't think the Vikings are for real, that's one thing. The Vikings are making the playoffs. The Vikings schedule after this Rams game, let's say they lose this Rams game. They're 5-2. This is their upcoming schedule after that. Home Colts, at Jacksonville, at Titans, at Bears, home Cardinals, home Falcons, home Bears. And then their last 3 are at Seahawks, home Packers, at Lions. This is going to be like an 11 or 12 win team.
Are you afraid that they'll take the foot off the gas tonight, knowing full well the schedule's about to get easier?
I think that it's hard to not have a letdown spot after you played the Lions last week, and that was such a tight game, such a close game, a division game. Now you got to go on the road to L.A., play a 2-4 Rams team. The reason why I think that this will still be a good competitive game is, remember, this is a mentor versus student game. This is, O'Connell's off of McVay's tree.
Well, they're about the same age.
Yeah, but he used to work for the guy.
And I think that was probably a key to this matchup because they do run the same kind of offense. And, they do have quarterbacks that are asked to do essentially the same things, different styles of wide receivers. And that kind of leads me to my question. If they're going to make it competitive, how?
Well, I think that the key is...
I know you like their little running back.
Kyron Williams. I love Kyron Williams.
Minnesota's defense is pretty good. I don't see them running, but I see them capable of it.
Yeah.
When I look at these games, and again, I tell you I'm a terrible gambler, I look at how will Minnesota beat what do they got that the Rams don't that'll make them and I look at Minnesota, they're a fully functioning offense that I don't know which wide receiver I need to be worried about. They got 3 that are solid. Jones can run the ball. The offense is going to score some points. The defense hits you. Now, they might bend. They're not going to break. So I look at Minnesota prohibitive. Then I look at the Rams. How are the Rams going to beat Minnesota? What are they going to do to get past them? So I got to look at quarterback. Stafford's going to have to be genius.
Well, Stafford generally not great against the blitz, and we know that Brian Flores is a blitz guy. I found a stat yesterday that when on blitz plays, Stafford averages 8 yards an attempt when Cooper Kupp's on the field, 6.5 yards per attempt when he's not.
Wow.
That's a next-gen stat, and so that means Cooper Kupp's got to be on the field. He is so valuable when Stafford's blitzed because he's not running the deep bomb routes. He's getting Stafford's the guy, or Kupp's the guy you can get the ball out quick to. He trusts where he's going to be. But, man, this Vikings defense is very good. But, again, I think there is –
I like this. What's the line? What are we looking at?
3.5.
Oh, man.
But remember, the Rams are the home team.
I know. I prefaced this, and they are crossing the country on a short week off a loss. I mean, it's everything against them. But it's the way that they lost that I think is enough to kind of get the pepper going. I'd be more worried about them if they had won, especially knowing, as you just said, they look down the road and they go, it gets a lot easier after this. But the loss might keep them going, but the mentor-mentee thing is always a matter, and I think Sean McVay is a wizard. So
looks like there's more 2.5s than 3s at this point. So, the money's coming on the Rams.
I'm jumping on Minnesota at 2.5. Well, I'm begrudgingly at 3.5, but 2.5?
You're welcome to do it.
Wow! So you're going to jump on? You like the Rams tonight?
I would only play him if I got a 3. I would need 3. 3 is just such a valuable number. But yeah, I think I like the Rams tonight. I don't think I'm going to bet this game. I think I just want to sit back and watch. The other thing, the Lions, because they play with such physicality, teams 0-4 ATS after playing the Lions this year. So
what a number!
Once you're beat up, and it's hard to get going the next week.
Would you play Addison?
Yeah. I would play any in this game. If you've got a fantasy, I'd play Darnold. I'd play. I don't know that I'd probably play Stafford too. Yeah, I mean, if Stafford's not a guy you'd play week to week. Neither is Darnold really, but yeah, Addison, Jefferson, those guys I'm always playing. So as long as they're healthy.
Jones too.
Yeah. Well, Aaron Jones is I think he's a questionable health guy.
Yeah,
that's the other concern
and
for
that's
them.
the thing that might keep it close. They need him.
And that's the other thing. If you're beat up physically, now you got to play Kyron Williams, who runs right up the middle. He's going to hit you. So I think I like the Rams, but I do think it's going to be a really good matchup. I think both these teams are quality teams. I mean, obviously the Vikings have a much better record, but I don't think that there's like a massive enough of a massive gap to make the Rams a big
It'll be worth a watch. Now it'll be competing against the Spurs game, but it'll be worth having on another device. Sure.
See, unfortunately for me, I don't think I'm going to be able to watch the Spurs game. I'm not going to have my Magic box. And because I'm going to be in Vegas.
It's a TNT game.
Oh, it's a national game?
It's national.
Oh, then I'll be able to watch it then. Yeah, I've got enough TVs at home.
Yeah,
that
I think you got to get the Suns involved.
I got a good setup in Vegas. Here I got a TV and an iPad and my laptop.
You got to take the boys home some Spurs jerseys. Have to get them acclimatized.
When my younger one was here, when he stayed with me for a couple weeks, he got a Wimby Rookie of the Year shirt that he was wearing around.
There we go.
So he's on board.
We got him on. Got him early.
He's on board. I told him, I was like, listen, man, we're gonna live here. You want to if you're gonna have a basketball team, you might as well pick this one.
It's an easy one to choose too.
Yeah. Let's talk about this stadium. Speaking of the Spurs. The NBA stadium ranks.
Kind of an annual thing. With the Clippers opening their brand new arena. It's the first time in a couple years we've had a brand new one open. This is on the heels of what the gold standard had been what Golden State did. Prior to that, it was what Brooklyn did. Sacramento opened one. Theirs is about 3 years old.
Yep. No, it's 2016. It's almost 10 years old
Almost
now.
10 years old. They did a refurb. Spurs has been open since 2004, I believe. So we've got a couple of years under our belt, and the ranking represents that.
Yeah, number one on that list is the Golden One Center in Sacramento.
I think that, I've been there. It's nice. I'm not blown up by it, but yeah, it's nice.
I think what they do smart is they're in a small market, and they have a smallish arena. Like they don't. It's the same thing we were talking about with like with Rice playing in a stadium that's too big, or even UTSA playing in the Alamo Dome. Like sometimes the stadium, I really think UTSA as a program would benefit greatly from having a smaller on-site football field.
Yeah,
football
make
stadium.
it tough. Duke could fill
Load
a
it up.
basketball arena with 15 times more people, but they prefer
don't.
to play in that little box because it's a home field advantage.
So Sacramento is, and I actually interviewed for a job in Sacramento. Went out there and talked to the guys, and it was the station ran the Kings radio network, and
They have a big network.
I mean, no, it's like Fresno and like
Spurs,
a few stations around town, or a few stations in the area. And there's probably there might be even in places like Fresno, which is like 45 minutes from Sacramento. There's probably more Warriors fans than there are Kings fans at this point. Kings are very regionalized, but stadium's really nice. The area around the stadium's really nice,
And they appreciate their fandom, and they did it the right way. The stadium is easily accessible. You walk right out of the building, and they did it right. When on the photo negative of that, especially when we're talking about small markets that you need to do a little bit more for your fandom, San Antonio comes in dead last.
Number 2 is the New York Knicks.
Well, Madison
Square Garden. Chase Center for the Warriors is 3. TD Garden for the Celtics is 4. And Scotiabank Arena in Toronto wraps up the top 5. You mentioned the Barclays Center, 7.
It's great. I like it.
So you get down to the Texas teams, and the Mavericks sit at 13. The American Airlines Center feel like it's very cookie cutter to me.
But what they have done is they continued to kind of revitalize, and that there is that corridor out, and the arena is nice. They've got all the accoutrements. The food's good. It's in and out.
Yeah.
Egress is easy. You got the train right there. The lines for concessions is never terribly bad, and you have some unique options. It's a good stadium to go see, and as big as it is, and it's one of the bigger ones. Good and loud too. I've always appreciated Dallas's basketball arena. The American's a good place.
The Toyota Center for the Rockets comes in at 22. Again, very cookie cutter, now. But I will say it's got it's right in the middle of downtown.
Yeah, it's well situated, but it's getting a little. I think Houston needs to go build a palace.
Maybe so.
It's time.
And then for the San Antonio Spurs, you have to go all the way down to number.
They're dead last. They're listed 29th because the Clippers, they couldn't talk about it because it wasn't open yet. And obviously the Clippers are probably number 2. So
the Clippers' new stadium is nicer than the Frostbank Center.
I would hazard to guess, yes.
The problem is it is ranked last. So this is all voted on, like based on a bunch of different things. Food and concessions were ranked the lowest, which is sad because we live in a good food city.
In their defense, what we're going off on was the last couple of years. I will say in the last couple of months, as I've gone to one Spurs preseason game and a couple of shows, a couple of concerts, the food has improved. The quality of the concessions has improved. They've gone local and they got some local restaurants. So I think they had addressed that when they knew there was a problem.
I talked to you about this. It's wild to me that there's not a lot of bars and restaurants built up around the stadium, like for places to pregame or postgame. They just don't exist in that neighborhood. But and it also ranked dead last in accessibility, just because it's not
in the middle of a warehouse district in an old part of town.
It doesn't make sense. And
again, for those that are new to San Antonio and can't figure out why we built our basketball arena in a part of town where there's nothing else, there was no other option. Back 25 years ago, when it was time to replace the Alamo Dome, which was ill-suited for the job too, there was so many divisive issues that the county had to step in to save the city from losing the franchise. So it was built on county land, although it was inside the city limits. This is a mess that's finally going to get cleaned up.
And Freedom Ride says, here comes, we need to increase property taxes for a new arena. Come on, man. Dude, you want nice things? It costs money.
Yes, they do.
And if you got to pay a little more property tax, you want them in Austin? Austin will pay the property tax. They don't care. Careful what you wish for, man. Morning Huddle 94.1.
You're locked on the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. KTFM Floresville. 1, 2, 3, Cowboys! South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Sunday night at 7:20 after a bye. It's the first of 2 road games. Dallas and San Francisco taking on the 49ers.
I like this kind of party!
Pre-game starts at 6. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and Ewald Kubota.
You asked for it, you got it! How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Wish you could save on home insurance? With Allstate, you could easily save and get quality protection. Yep, it's a win-win. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
O'Reilly. It's Superstart Battery Month at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Get up to a $25 gift card after rebate with the purchase of select Superstart batteries. We'll test your old battery for free and recommend the right battery for your vehicle. For power, performance, and reliability, choose Superstart batteries only at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Guys, Carbach has something for everybody. If you like an IPA, try the Hopadillo. If you're looking for something light, crisp, refreshing, go with the Love Street Blonde. They've got Ziegenbach as well. There's something for everybody's palate, and it's available all over San Antonio. Next time you're in a bar or restaurant, ask them for a Carbach.
At Frost, some of our services sound too good to be true. Like the largest ATM network in Texas. early payday, so direct deposits made to personal checking accounts are available up to 2 days earlier. Having a real live banker to talk to 24/7. Or that time a Frost banker gave a San Antonio restaurant her personal debit card number after a customer's card was mistakenly declined at his business dinner. True story. Frost, exactly what you unexpected.
We're going abroad for the first time in years. To Spain. So we started using Babbel.
And started learning Spanish fast.
With Babbel, you can start having conversations in another language in just 3 weeks.
¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas?
When you learn a language, you want to actually use it. Babbel is designed with that goal in mind.
In just 3 weeks, we're starting to have conversations in Spanish. Gracias, Babbel.
Babbel, language for life. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check the propane tank on your grill first, before hosting a tailgate.
Let's fire up. Here, let me try. Seriously? You didn't check the propane? Who wants chips?
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds.
Salt and vinegar?
You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
When it comes to my lifestyle and diet, I don't always make the smartest choices.
Touchdown! Woo! Hey, how about another round and some more chips?
But when it comes to taking care of my liver, I do make one very smart choice. Active liver tablets from New Nordic. I used to have real issues with my liver, and at my last checkup, my doc was concerned about my numbers. But since adding a once-a-day active liver tablet, my gut's better, I feel great, and my doctor's happy. I ask a lot of my liver, so the least I can do to say thanks is a daily dose of Active Liver.
You ask a lot of your liver, so give it the support it needs with Active Liver. You can find Active Liver at Amazon.com or ask for Active Liver at your local CVS. Or for a volume discount, visit NewNordicUSA.com. Go to new, NORDICUSA.com, Amazon, or ask for Active Liver at your local CVS.
It's better over here. If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has an exclusive rate plan just for you. Right now, get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings versus Verizon and AT&T. Plus, you can get one of the latest 5G phones free when you add a line. That's right, a free 5G phone. Experience all this and more on America's largest 5G network. So why wait? At T-Mobile, customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Just go to T-Mobile.com/choice55 or visit your local store to make the switch.
With AutoPay using debit or bank account plus taxes and fees, 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. Free phones up to $300 off with 24 monthly bill credits and qualifying new line for well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Contact us before canceling entire account to continue remaining bill credits. Bill credits end if you pay off device early. See details at T-Mobile.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We are working trouble spots at Loop 410 northbound approaching Behr Road. That wreck is now off to the right shoulder. A stall at I-10 westbound Lacantera Parkway, right shoulder blocked, and a stall at 37 southbound I-10 downtown. Also off, actually this one is taking up a main lane. That stall's in the left lane. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA. Time saver traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
It's a game day, Bala. The San Antonio Spurs open the season tonight on the road against the Dallas Mavericks, the defending Western Conference champions. Be our first look at Wemby with the new additions CP3, Harrison Barnes, and Stephen Castle. Tip is set for 6:30. We also have Thursday night football. The Minnesota Vikings take on the Los Angeles Rams. You can catch the game live right here. I'm Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Sports Center is brought to you by Behr's Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Behr'sBarricades.com.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Maybe I'm wrong. Robert says middle finger to the higher property taxes. Let Austin have them. And Freedom Rise says, why do homeowners always have to welfare the wealthy pro sports teams? Packers have it right by selling stock to their fans so they actually own a piece of the team. Stop being a hater, AJ.
It's not going to be a property tax.
There's a reason there's only one team that does that. It's not a real business model, I don't think.
What's that?
The way the Packers are.
Oh, yeah. And that's not real, by the way.
No.
You're not a shareholder. You're not making any money.
Like, if I go on the internet, I can buy a piece of the team.
Yeah, but
I have no say in the team.
And you'll never get a dividend. You just have a piece of paper. That's what that is.
You don't get any. Yeah, you don't make any money off. If you're a real owner, you make a percentage of the.
Right.
The profit. You're not making any money off the Packers.
Yeah, you can buy a piece of the moon, and it's about the same.
You can buy a star.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
I think I've bought a star.
But
if not, I'm going to buy one today.
We are going to be asked very soon to spend some money.
Yeah,
it's coming. Behr County.
And if you want to, listen, man. I know a lot of people are against growth, but you still want to be a metropolitan city. You still want to have events come. You still want to have the Final Four. You still want these things to happen. It comes with a price.
You wonder those that are going to be behind the campaign to get this thing built. How long do you wait before you start asking?
I think when this list comes out, it's like pretty soon.
So we're going to have to get through the election, and I think we're going to have the funding in place by December of 25. I believe that we will have to have a pretty good idea. Now, we know where we're going to build it. We have an idea of that. But we're going to have an idea of we're going to need to have a pretty comfortable idea that we've got about $800 million ready to spend. And we're going to need more after that. But we're going to have ready access to ownership's going to have to provide 400 or so, and we're going to have to come up with the rest. But this time next year, we're going to have a really good idea of where this $1 billion is coming from and how it's going to be funded. And if we don't, the clock starts ticking, and then we have a whole bunch of other conversations.
And you said, and Freedom Ride says, it's better than being forced to pay higher taxes. You would at least have a choice. I mean, like everything else, you will have a choice. You'll have a choice to vote yes or no on this. But I think most people in San Antonio will want.
Again, this is the tax we're talking about is a consumption tax. So it will be levied against those that come and rent cars. It'll be on hotel rooms.
People.
It'll be an extra quarter penny on anything that's inside this new taxing district. Like right now, or what happened with the Alamo Dome. When that was built, there was a downtown tax. So if you stayed in a hotel downtown, you paid a little bit more tax than if you stayed someplace else. We'll find ways to tax people from abroad. We're going to do everything we can to force people that don't live here to pay as much of the freight on this as possible.
And
rental cards.
That's how it works in most places.
That's how we do it. So, but there will, at the end of the day, be
Let
a
Lakers
cost.
fans pay it when they come.
Exactly. Well, seriously, a Rocket fan and Maverick fan, when you come down, rent your hotel and get your car and help pay for our franchise. We've been doing it for them.
Exactly.
So the same thing will apply. But at the end of the day, there will be some personal cost. It's going to cost all of us when we buy a drink and we buy a beer or we rent a hotel or whatever in San Antonio when it comes. It's just, are we willing to do it?
What are we expecting out of the Spurs tonight? Game 1 out the gate.
I expect a fast start. I told you, Pop has a way of getting these guys fired up and ready to go for the first couple of days. And I think that this is going to be one of those. Like, what was the telling thing, and we might still have the sound, is when they interviewed him yesterday, and he goes, oh, by the way, I think it's going to be on TV. Yeah, the boys know it's going to be on national TV tonight. So, they're going to bring their game.
I think that when you're talking about how this game's going to go, I've got questions about the health of Luka. Yeah. The fact that basically just didn't practice all off season, like what kind of shape is he going to be? Because he's a guy I worry about what kind of shape he'll be in.
The good news is guys like Luka, Jokic, they don't have to be in great shape. Their game is not predicated on speed and finesse,
athleticism,
and jumping over you. So yeah, that's the worry that Luka is damn near the best player in the world, and Kyrie's there, and the growth of Lively, which is what I can't wait to see tonight is how teams are going to decide to match up with Wemby. Are they going to play him in the post? Are they going to act like he's a post? Are they going to defend him with a small or a medium-sized dude and put the big on whoever else? It's going to be fun to watch the chess match, both for Pop and how he plays Wemby, but more importantly, how they defend these guys.
The Mavericks were a defensive team the second half of last season. They really kind of clamped down on things. This figures to be a pretty decent defensive matchup, and total says this is a fairly high scoring game at 229.5, 230. I'm not sure that's going to happen. I don't know there's a 230
Well,
point
the
game.
Mavericks are going to always be hamstrung because Luka can play good defense, but he saves his energy for offense. That's his job. They're a pace defense. They're what predicates their defense is possessions. They limit your possessions. They're going to when the Mavs are at their best, their shots are going up between 18 and 22 seconds. They're wearing you down. Luka is, being precise and doing the things that Luka does. And because you get fewer possessions, you just don't defensively. They have a little bit better presence. The addition of Derek Lively, when they put him in the lineup, it changed the Mavericks. They went from a pace defense to a legitimate mobile big man kind of D that can hide the flaws that Luka has so much. I mean, guys get by him. They do. And now that they've got Lively to protect the rim and to get out and run, they became a different basketball team, and that's why they won the West.
But if you're – they started playing real defense. Yeah. But also, if I'm worried about Luka and what kind of shape he's in, I'm way more worried about what Luka looks like on the offensive end than the defensive end. Like, I'm worried about –
I like the potential tonight. This is a game the Spurs should be very competitive in.
And if the game is an under game, the lower scoring it is, the better the chances the Spurs have to win. Because I think the Spurs are going to be ahead defensively too. Victor, we know what he is defensively. We know what Sohan is defensively. We think that Chris Paul is still at least going to be solid defensively, at least pesky. Stephon Castle, I think, is very good defensively. But the offense is, I think, still a work in progress. Who's going to shoot? We don't really know because there's no shooters.
Yeah, I think it's going to be this. When you look at the talent, you don't see a lot of points, but I do see a lot of points on the roster. When you look in, like Chris Paul's not going to get you a bunch of buckets. Vassell's not going to go grab 40 very often. We don't have a lot of guys that are just going to explode and give you a lot of points, but I do see a bunch of dudes when they're all playing together that are capable of putting some points on the board. It won't be a lot of threes. It's going to be a lot of fast breaks, a lot of rip and runs, a lot of steals and deflected passes because that's what Wemby's here to do. I think we're going to be a good defensive team because of Wemby, but we're not going to be a team that holds you to 85. We're not going to be that. That's not the way this team is constructed, and that's not the way the league is constructed. But the Dallas, as man for man, is a better defensive team. They are. You don't go as far as they did without knowing what they're doing.
Well, and Dallas man for man is a better offensive team.
And that's why we're talking about it. We got Klay Thompson running there tonight. Uh-huh. Remember how out of nowhere PJ came for the Mavs last year? This is a team with a lot of interesting questions to have answered.
Sure.
I mean, the more I look at this, the more, because the Mavericks got something to play for. For the Spurs, this is the last year where really we don't have a lot of expectations. I mean, the playoffs would be nice.
Yeah.
We just want to see.
The expectation is improvement.
Just incremental growth. You might not need to win every game, but be in it, that kind of stuff. This is the last year we have of that. The Mavericks don't have that benefit. They got to go out and win games and prove to the world and themselves that they're worthy of going back against a thicker crowd than they went against last year.
And I think the way Dallas added guys that can space the floor a little bit for Luka, like it's going to take them a while to figure out what they look like offensively. I think eventually they're going to be better for the moves that they made. I think Klay Thompson and Najee Marshall give that spacing that Luka wants.
And looking at the roster, Quentin Grimes, Houston kid, Texas kid back home. That helps on the guard play. Klay Thompson to spread it. Kyrie's still Kyrie, and we saw PJ hit threes. They're a low-key. I don't think a lot of people, when you look back on last year, go, man, I can't wait to see Dallas.
But I also think the Spurs adding Chris Paul, like I said, in 2 months, I think the offense will be way better for it.
I think there'll be a lot of points on this team. Yeah.
I don't know what it'll look like game one. You know what I mean? And I know what we saw was a preseason game. If the Spurs' philosophy is what we saw in that game,
I don't think.
Okay.
I don't think we're going to see Champagne or anybody taking 4 threes in
over
the first
under
quarter.
how many threes they take tonight?
I would say the safe number is 20 to 25. I'd say 25 would be.
If they take more than 25, it's like, what are we doing?
Seriously. But that's the number you want to be at. You got to have a threat. But any more than that, we better be making them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And again, That's my biggest question for the Spurs is who's going to make them? Like when Vassell's here, he can shoot. Who else, though?
Well,
who else do you trust to take shots from outside? And I don't.
Well, we don't. And that's why you go and get a Chris Paul who has the eye for these kind of things, who knows how to feed the hot dude. And that's one of the things that Trey was always in trouble with. You never found the guy that was hot. We just went back and ran a play, and you didn't go back to the dude that just hit three. So
because quite frankly, when we were at the game, I saw Jeremy Sohan get open for three. There's a reason why Jeremy Sohan's going to be open for three as often as he wants. If Jeremy Sohan wants to take open threes, he is going to be very, very, very welcome to throughout the season. But there's a reason.
That's what he has to understand.
Yes.
There's a reason why you're open. And I think he's grown into that. But on the other side of this, sadly, he has to take a couple of them. As bad as we know it is, if he doesn't, it's even worse. It's even worse for the team when he doesn't, because then they're playing 5-on-4.
All right. When we come back, we'll look at what's going on in the world outside of sports. Hopefully tomorrow we'll be talking about at least a competitive game one for the Spurs.
Yeah, man.
Don't want to get there.
I'm
get blown out.
Very optimistic over the opening week.
All right. I got to tell you guys about Underdog. Now, I didn't win last night on Underdog, thanks to Giannis. Giannis started hot and then didn't do his job. But I did discover something yesterday. I had a higher than 2.5 rebounds on Brandon Miller, and he got hurt. I had higher than 20 points for Emmanuel Quickly. He got hurt. And Underdog was like, no big deal. We protected you on this one. They didn't get. Now, I lost anyway because Giannis didn't get hurt. He just didn't do anything in the second half. But all my wins, and I was like, oh, boy, I'm doing well. Had a couple guys get hurt, and they didn't get to their number. And they said, you know what? No big deal, Bubba. You're protected with these injury protections. I like that. And right now, you can get profit boosts, pump up your winnings a bit when you on these entries. Free picks, basically a sure thing. You just say over a half a point, over half a rebound. You ain't losing on those, bub. And guys, Underdogs, it just makes the sports more fun. It's currently Boostober. From now until October 27th, you can boost your profit on all NBA entries by 20%. Underdog's literally giving you unlimited profit boosts to make basketball picks. Download the app, sign up with promo code ALAMO, deposit now to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash immediately. That's promo code ALAMO. Must be 18 or older. Present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
Dallas Cowboys head coach Mike McCarthy goes one-on-one and has some fun with the Morning Huddles, AJ and Rob, Friday mornings.
Now, you don't got a contract. You got nothing to lose. Is a 70-yard field goal in the offing soon? Will we see that this year?
Depends on the win this week.
Mike McCarthy's unfiltered look at the Cowboys' upcoming game. Friday mornings at 6:45 and 9. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds on 94.1. San Antonio Sports Star.
We all expect our home to protect everything we love. But here in Texas, we don't expect the ways water is breaking down our foundations and damaging our homes. Cracks in walls and uneven floors are just a few signs your foundation is shifting. But there's one way to get answers to all your concerns. A free home inspection from Foundation Support Specialists. Make sure your investment is protected. Get your free inspection at FoundationSupportSpecialists.com.
For a limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station when you buy a Connecticut water softener. A free drinking water system installed at your kitchen sink with the cleanest, best tasting water you've ever had. Better for your coffee maker, better for cooking, better for everything. Free with the purchase of a Connecticut water softener, but only for a limited time.
Trust me, Connecticut water systems are the best of the best. I personally have one in my home. All those other water softener systems out there are junk in comparison. Connecticut uses less water and runs on kinetic energy.
And is the last water softener you'll ever own. Right now, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking water station when you buy a Connecticut water softener. This is a limited time offer, so don't wait. Call us at 656-PURE.
Check them out at ConnecticutSA.com and tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
The last water softener you'll ever own. Call 656-PURE. Connecticut.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
Hey, James Pledger. The NBA is finally back. Play Pick 6 from DraftKings, an official partner of the NBA. It's super simple to get started. First, download DraftKings Pick 6 app. Then, select 2 or more players, like Wemby and CP3, and choose if they'll have more or less of a stat, like points, rebounds, three-pointers, and more. And for all first-time Pick 6 players, check this out. New customers play $5 and get $50 in Pick 6 credits. Download the DraftKings Pick 6 app now and use promo code KTFM. That's code KTFM for new customers to play $5 and get $50 in Pick 6 credits. Only on DraftKings Pick 6. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Must be 18. Plus, age and eligibility restrictions vary by jurisdiction. Void where prohibited. 1 per new customer. Bonus award as non-withdrawable Pick 6 credits that expire in 30 days. Limited time offer. See terms at pick6.draftkings.com/promos.
911, what's your emergency?
October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. In San Antonio, 5 domestic violence calls happen every hour.
The time to end domestic violence in our community is now.
Step out of violence.
You are not alone.
Call 211 for help. Call 911 if it's an emergency.
When there's work to do, ground to break, and a reputation to uphold, you need the powerful, durable Kubota RTVX, North America's #1 selling diesel utility vehicle. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment for 0 down, 0% APR for up to 60 months or save up to $1,000. Now through December 31st. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
From the Gulf of Mexico to the hill country of Texas, Ewald Kubota is your Kubota dealer.
If you miss the Blitz with Jason and Joe, then you miss this.
When we talk about what kind of eggs and bacon we're going to have in that tailgate.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. I look forward to the day, and y'all will have me in about a decade where I'm out there just having some tailgate, not a worry in the world.
See, a decade, Coach. You got about 30 more years of roaming the sidelines for UTSA.
Brother, this year's taking 7 off of me, so I don't know if I can handle 30 more. Dog years.
Right home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6 on 94.1. San Antonio's Sports Star. It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
This is sort of sportsy, sort of not. A player for the Seahawks who's on the sidelines with an injury. Tariq Woolen.
Oh, that's the San Antonio kid. What
is he?
Yeah.
He was posting on Twitter or X about, when the guys were playing, and he was unable to be there because he's injured, but showing that he's watching his team. But when he shared his screen on X, they noted that he was watching the game on meth streams. So he was basically illegally streaming the football game.
I can identify. I've done it.
I guess it was on his Instagram story, but it got picked up on Twitter and made the rounds. But
so what exactly is the penalty? Say I was. Who's going to come get me?
I mean, technically, the NFL could. Like, they could say, "Hey, they could say you're using a product that's stealing our services." This is the thing, though. Like, the UFC's dealt with this for a long time, illegal stream. And on a pay-per product, it's not as shocking that this happens. UFC and boxing have always dealt with illegal streamers. They are so unlikely to come after you.
But the deliverer, yeah.
They want to get the guy who's distributing it. But those guys, they're hard to get their hands on.
They're in some basement in Chechnya.
Yeah, it's those guys. They got all the tools to hide from you. They're really hard to catch. So what they're waiting on is guys like, to put their stuff up on a screen. I guess it says Woolen's from Fort Worth.
Yeah, he played UTSA.
So if he was in Fort Worth, the local Fox affiliate would have been showing Detroit playing Minnesota. And so that meant he would have to purchase a streaming service subscription to watch the Seahawks or sign up for a free trial and make sure that he wasn't going to be blacked out to watch the game. Right. And, if he had Sunday Ticket, he could have watched it. Now, of course, if he's buying Sunday Ticket, he realizes also, I'm going to be on the field most of these games. I'm not normally going to need this. I just need it for this particular game.
I think if you have a product that is in such demand that people will
illegally stream it,
then you
feel good about it, right?
Yeah, you've done a job.
Especially if you're not the UFC, where you're supposed to be getting $60-$75 a pop. Where the NFL, it's like, if anyone should be mad about this, it should be Fox and NBC, those guys. But how mad is the NFL going to be at one of their own players? I imagine their anger is
and
not
on the other
great.
side of this, and I this is on the basketball perspective, when the only way I can find the team I want to watch is through some kind of cracked stream or meth stream or whatever, that's also on the team. That's not my fault. You didn't provide the product in a way that I could even go get it. I couldn't even find it other than breaking the law. So, and I don't like defining it as I didn't break the law. They did. I just found it.
Yeah. And that's kind of, I don't know. I don't think it's going away. Let's just say that. I don't think.
Meth stream.
Yeah.
They could probably come up with a better name.
Well, I think it was called Crack Stream for a long time.
See, I was on Crack Stream. I've used that many times. So they went from crack to meth.
Yes.
So
next will be Pink Cocaine Stream.
Pink Cocaine Stream, which really
cannot wait. Cannot wait. A cement truck driver has filmed himself from the wheel of his vehicle ramming other cars while ranting about getting revenge, saying, "I'm going to kill people. Damn it, the Communist Party won't let me live. I'm going to kill people." Wow. He drove into at least 6 vehicles. This was in China. Filmed the truck crashing into the cars in the aftermath, which revealed many vehicles on the streets had been completely crushed in some instances. A number of videos of the incident captured the tweet. On the evening of October 23rd, a cement tanker took revenge on society by driving the opposite direction and ramming vehicles, blaming it all on the Communist Party. It's probably hard to stop a... now, eventually there's a video depicting a man being taken away by the police. So I think he's done for.
Well, I think his truck driving career's over.
You know what?
I don't think they're going to let him do that anymore.
You know what the Communist Party hates? When you say bad things about the Communist Party. So chances are
we're not going to hear from him again.
This is the end of this guy.
What do they do in China? They shoot you in the head and then they charge you for the bullet.
Is that what they say? That makes sense. Now, again, if you feel like the government's wronged you, taking it out on regular people isn't the way to go. And we should all remember that in the coming weeks.
Yes.
That if you don't get your way in a political
and a lot of us aren't going to get our way.
Probably half the people out there are going to be very disappointed in a couple of weeks.
Suck it up, Buttercup.
Remember that it's not Joe Schmo's fault. Don't blame them. Seems like that's usually the move.
I blame former professional wrestlers.
If we're going to blame anyone,
they can take it.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to go after The Undertaker,
I didn't say I'm going to go after them.
I'm
going to blame them from a healthy distance.
For a very healthy
distance.
Very healthy distance. Riley Reid, are you familiar with her work?
I'm guessing that's a porn star when you say her work.
She once was a pornographic actress, and she is asking...
She once was.
Now...
Is it like an emeritus thing?
She wants all of her content Removed from the internet, please. That was,
Me too.
She says, this is something I want to move away from. I'm happily married.
My husband doesn't know?
No, I think he knows.
Oh, okay.
But now she's trying to live a normal life.
How do you do this? Because if she can find out how to do it, I think she'd be able to write a book.
I don't know how you. I don't know how you delete it. I don't think you can.
Right.
I mean, you can ask people to not share things, but like even in this article, there's a picture of her with
At work? She working
with 6 large men standing behind her.
So she's at work. It's a work picture.
And her covered in what looks to be this. Maybe it was a Will Levis commercial type situation.
I don't want to know.
But, and it's like, she doesn't want this on the internet. Of course they're going to put it on the... Listen, gal.
So who's she complaining to? Is she just yelling out into the...
No, she's just asking the media.
Like, don't play my porn?
Yeah, please,
and delete it?
Please delete this stuff off the internet. What do we do? She married a wealthy man.
A blind...
and I'm sure that this wealthy man is trying his best to fix this, but
is he?
I'm sure he doesn't want.
But how did he come upon this lovely young lady? Was he a fan early?
I don't know, but he is certainly now that when you're a guy with money, you think you can do a lot of things. I don't know that you can delete, someone with like a 15-year porn career off the internet.
I hear it's big.
It says 128,000 men liked the post where she was asking them to stop sharing her porn, and they were
what
saying,
she wants. Does she have an OnlyFans page? She just wants.
She does not.
Oh, okay.
She does not. So she, to her credit, she is trying to live the life.
I'm not saying she was living a bad life.
I'm just saying
it's her call. But
as we say, it's hard to put the toothpaste back into the tube.
That's the most apt description right there.
Yeah,
possible.
And in this case, it's hard to put
that back in there.
That back in also.
Yeah,
once it's out,
it's gone.
It's out. It's out. It's gone.
Then you might need a plan B.
And finally, there is a movement in England to regulate psychotherapists. I would have thought this was something that would be regulated to begin with, right? Well, apparently there's a lot of abuse by counselors, and you don't have to. I guess in England you don't have to have like a degree to be a counselor. You don't to be a psychiatrist.
Like being a therapy dog, you just order online and say I'm a.
You want to feel good? Come talk to me. I'll talk to you. Now I might abuse you after.
Can I prescribe medication?
Apparently, yeah. Not any Medicaid, but yeah, some sort of if you need something like that, yeah. Now it says there are some. Obviously, there are some of these. They say drama therapists and music therapists are protected titles that can be only used by regulated professionals, but therapist and psychotherapist, you don't have to be a doctor. You can just be. It's not regulated professions in the UK. So you can just be whoever you like. Well, Vic could show up tomorrow and say, "I'm a therapist. You want help?"
Well,
I got
obviously, I think I need to move to. Yeah, I could help. I think I'd be a phenomenal therapist.
Well, unfortunately, unfortunately, there has been a rise in the number of people seeking health for mental illness in recent years. There are now 5 million referrals during 2023, up 33% from 2019. Wow. So the people are getting crazier. And there are more people out there who are not licensed people taking advantage of this. Right. So
I think it's a product of this latest generation.
I think it's all the warm beer that they drink.
A lot of therapy out there.
I think it's that they drink warm beer.
Yeah, well, that'll drive you to it.
I'd have poor mental health if I drank warm beer all the time. Had room temperature
had to be a
ale.
Fan of some kind of foot sport.
Joe mentions Mia Khalifa tried that, but it just resurrected her work. Mia Khalifa doesn't want her porn out there anymore, but she still has an OnlyFans. So she still wants you to see her naked. But she just feels like she got ripped off for that old porn, and she's not getting paid for it in perpetuity.
That's why I thought this chick you were talking about
No,
was
this
like,
chick
hey,
wants
watch
out
my
of it all.
OnlyFans.
She wants it gone altogether.
Didn't happen.
But, yeah.
Is your mom?
Good luck. It sounds like the people who it sounds like Lars Ulrich when he wanted music off Napster. It's not fair. It's not fair what's happening to us. Our music's just being stolen from us every day.
Shut up. It took me 7 hours to download this on LimeWire. Shut up. I'm playing it.
Yeah. Obey your master. I want to hear that, Lars. Lighten up. Let me hear it for free.
Yeah, because of that,
It's not right. It's not right. I think it's just a bunch of people stealing our stuff. Yeah, there's some things you can't take it back. It's out there now.
What was it, Napster?
Yeah,
Napster and LimeWire. 9 hours to download a song.
Lars hated Napster. Very against it. Very against it. All right, I got to tell you guys about my friends over at Karbach. I'm for Karbach. I'll tell you that much. I was there this last weekend, drinking some of their fine beer, eating some of their fine food. And guys, what I'm trying to teach you about Karbach is I've come to realize a lot of people don't realize how accessible it is in San Antonio. Of course you can get it at a liquor store. Of course you can get it at H-E-B. Most people don't think it's in their bars and restaurants, and I got news for you. It's there. Love Street is almost everywhere. That's their Kolsch-style blonde ale. Very good, very easy drinking, and it's accessible in San Antonio. Trust me. I keep my eye out for these things. Hopadillo is their flagship IPA. It's all over the city, too. Crawford Bach you can get everywhere. Ziegenbach you can find at a lot of places. If you're tired of the same old, you want to get out of your routine, try something new, and I promise you, you're probably trying something a little bit better. When you're out and about, go to the bartender, go to ask your waitress, say, hey, do you guys have any Karbach on tap? Give it a try. You'll be glad you did. Next time you're out, ask the bartender, please make it a Karbach.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. As you head into your midday commute, northeast side of town, 35 northbound at Loop 410. This stall is taking up a left lane. Got a stalled 18-wheeler, 35 southbound Fisher Road that's off to the shoulder. Now, if you guys see something we're not talking about, call us on the traffic tip line so we can check it out. 210-785-2601. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on the Blitz, we are live out at Little Woodrow's on Braun Road, brought to you by Flight by Yingling. Your chance to win tickets to the Dallas-Philadelphia game and the Bill Bates Ultimate Tailgate Party. Speaking of the Cowboys, we'll talk with Stephen Jones coming up at 4:30, and John McClain joins us at 5:15. The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Wish you could save on home insurance? With Allstate, you could easily save and get quality protection. Yep, it's a win-win. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Hey guys, it's AJ Hoffman from the Morning Huddle. If you're looking for a place to play some cards, have I got one for you. SA Card House, located just off 281 at Bitters, is the best card house in San Antonio. It's a great environment, great for all skill levels, and guys, you are going to love the food and bar that's attached. Foster's Bar and Grill, they do not mess around. Go by, check them out, or check them out online at sacardhouse.com. They're open 7 days a week. Stop in. Maybe I'll see you at the tables.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Shop Macy's lowest prices of the fall today. For the season's best prices on what you need now. Save 40 to 60% on new styles to get you ready for cooler temps. Like cozy coats for your crew, the perfect sweaters for layering, and more fall wardrobe updates. Plus, don't miss amazing specials for you and your home. So good, they won't last. At Macy's.
We're going abroad for the first time in years. To Spain. So we started using Babbel.
And started learning Spanish fast.
With Babbel, you can start having conversations in another language in just 3 weeks.
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas?
When you learn a language, you want to actually use it. Babbel is designed with that goal in mind.
In just 3 weeks, we're starting to have conversations in Spanish. Gracias, Babbel.
Babbel, language for life. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com.
Howdy, Ags. Andrew Monaco, the voice of the Aggies, inviting you to watch all A&M games at the Angry Elephant at 281 and Redland Road. Owned by Chip Ingram, class of '98, the Angry Elephant is known for their liberal cocktails at conservative prices and the best hot dog in Texas. Since 2012, the Angry Elephant's been the place to watch A&M, and this year is no different. Just down from the Big Blind, right next to the Rue Pub at 281 and Redland Road. The Angry Elephant. Like your bar, love your Aggies. Gig 'em.
Hey guys, it's AJ from the Morning Huddle. Between us, when you hit a certain age, things start to feel a little off, right? You're tired all the time, your energy's low, maybe even your drive isn't what it used to be. And a lot of that comes down to testosterone, and trust me, it can happen to the best of us. That's where Game Day Men's Health comes in. They know how we feel, and they make it easy. Game Day Men's Health is over there on Bassey Road, across from the quarry. Their office has a relaxed man cave vibe, and they've built a 3-step process that's quick and designed just for us. First, get your T levels checked. Free testosterone test at their in-house lab. Then, you meet with a licensed provider to create a customized plan. And finally, you'll get those fast weekly treatments. After a month, you're going to notice a difference. More energy, better mood, and a kick in your libido. Don't settle. Be the best version of yourself. Call Game Day Men's Health, 210-900-3691. That's 210-900-3691. Feel better, be better at Game Day.
When I wake up
The best mornings
in the morning light,
start with Wrangler.
I pull on my jeans and I feel alright.
Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started. Good mornings make for better days. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
This season, get premium tech that inspires joy. The XPS 16 from Dell Technologies with Intel Core Ultra processors help unlock AI possibilities. Shop now at Dell.com/deals.
Progressive knows finding your new home was a dream come true. You wanted a walk-up with central air and a skylight, and you found it. Now, every Friday night, you get to fall asleep to the sound of your downstairs neighbors' dance parties. Progressive can't save you from your noisy neighbors, but we can save you money when you bundle your home and auto with us. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the NFL. Monday night, Thursday night, and Sunday night football. Presented locally by Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This is Jason Minix. You're listening to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
I had one more non-sports story. It was too good not to share this one. You know, there's something about farmers. They tend to take matters into their own hands. They're not big on calling the police. And this is in England. A couple of hooligans were riding around their bikes on a farmer's farm. And when they wanted to leave, they realized it was a 17 and a 20-year-old. They realized, oh, man, gate's locked. We can't get out of here. They decided to leave the bike and return again in the morning once the gate was opened.
Uh-huh.
When he returned, he was shocked to find that the bike was gone, disappeared. As we walked back, the farmer came up behind us, jumped off of his quad bike, and tackled us to the ground. The quick farmer, now this is a badass move. He went on James Bond's farm, caught both guys, pulled their hoods over their heads, and hog-tied both of them. He then put them on his four-wheeler and drove them to the police station. The guy, I mean, there's a picture of these guys.
I picture them like that. Exactly.
I mean, it looks like
over the back of a horse, like a marshal in the Wild West.
They have their hoods pulled up over their faces. Their feet are tied to their hands. They are not tied to the four-wheeler. And he said they were going pretty fast.
How humiliating, man. How humiliating to have that happen to you. To roll up and you've been hog-tied and laid on the back of a
He said,
quad.
I was scared about what the farmer might do. We couldn't move. I was on the back of the quad bike. My friend was on the front. The guy's mom said they were frightened to death, absolutely terrified. The pair of them nearly have fallen off the quad bike.
Probably shouldn't.
She was really upset about the farmer's actions, and she wants to know why he didn't just phone the police. Well, Lancashire police confirmed they were called to a property on Sunday by a man who said he detained 2 males. As police made their way to the farm, the farmer called a second time and said, hey, don't worry about it. I brought them to you. They're at the police station right now. When officers went there, they found a teenager and a man in his 20s on a quad bike with their hands and feet tied, not to the quad bike. Farmer was arrested on suspicion of false imprisonment and assault.
Well, there is the kidnapping thing. Yes.
But has since been released on bail pending further inquiries.
Well, the thing is, the DA probably has a case, but find a jury to convict him.
I'm having a hard time with that. Like, hey, you were trespassing. In Texas, he could have just shot him.
Used to.
Yeah.
That's kind of gone away.
All right.
The castle doctrine isn't as indefensible as you might think. You have a duty to run unless you feel threatened.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that sucks.
Right thing to do.
Stay off my land.
If you feel threatened, then, you convince a jury that you were threatened. You're all right.
If someone's riding motorbikes on my land, I feel like it's like Mad Max is happening.
I'm not saying it's not possible.
All right, let's get into it. Let's take a look at the daily lines.
It's the Morning Huddle's look at the daily lines with AJ and Rob on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Daily Lines brought to you by SA Card House, San Antonio's premier card house located at 281 and Bitters. I'm not going to get to play at the SA Card House this weekend. I'll be in Vegas where all the poker rooms smell of must and old people and cigarette smoke.
As it should be.
Not the case at SA Card House. Nice and clean. Good food. I ain't eating casino food. Not food they'll bring to you at your table anyway. All right, let's take a look at what's going on tonight. In the NBA, we mentioned the San Antonio Spurs in action. They are 8-point dogs on the road at the Mavericks. Total of 229.5. I like the under in this game.
I like the under, and I like the Spurs.
+8. I think if you like the under, you probably like the Spurs. So I think I'm probably with you on that. Elsewhere, you've got the Celtics.
Before we move on,
okay.
What do you have on underdog for some of Wemby's numbers?
I'll tell you. I actually played one. I played the over 4.5 assists on Wemby on my entry for tonight.
See what my prize picks is telling me tonight. I'm not in on the. You're ahead of me on this. I'm giving it a week to see what these guys are looking like. But I got hit. Let's see. Wemby 11.5 rebounds.
11.5. I've got 11.
See, I got 11.5. I think that's
what's the points?
Let's see points here.
I got 25.5 points here. Higher or lower? It feels like a big number for Wemby.
Yeah.
Especially because I like the under.
I'm having trouble finding him on points.
So, and his points, rebounds, assist number is 42.5.
Now, that's a better one than the points, I think.
And if
I've got 19.5. I like that one more.
19.5. 19.5 points?
Yeah.
Oh, you got a good deal.
Yeah, I like this one.
Well, I think I got a good deal, too. Mine's just the opposite way.
Yeah.
Like, if you told me his most likely range is between 20 and 25.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so the different opportunities here, but yeah, certainly the same. I think both of those provide some value. Chris Paul at 10.5 points for me, 8.5 assists.
That I like. The 10.5 might be difficult to come by.
The Celtics are at the Wizards tonight. Celtics 13.5 point road favorites.
What I saw the other night, that might not be big enough.
Yeah, and the Wizards are going to stink. Yeah, I don't think I'd be.
Who am I watching when I watch the Wizards? Who's there? Denny Avdija, they've traded him. He's at Portland now.
Yeah.
They don't have the Wall to kick around anymore.
No.
Who would I?
Malcolm Brogdon.
Okay.
And Jordan Poole.
Oh, Jordan Poole.
Oh, and Alex Sarr.
So they got a post.
Kyle Kuzma.
Oh, that's right. Kuzma's still been marooned there.
And Valanciunas.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, it's a star-studded team.
Those lucky Washington basketball fans.
Marvin Bagley III.
You know, there was a time
I assume
when I
he might
appreciated
be on
Marvin's
the team.
game.
Corey Kispert is on that team. There was a time when I appreciated
Another
Corey Kispert.
Gonzaga guy that hadn't quite panned out in the league.
You know Corey Kispert averaged 13.5 points per game last year?
He's a shooter, no question. He's far better than a lot of people thought. But
if you had told me he averaged 13.5, I would have said, you're crazy.
Well, how many shots came from inside the three-point line?
What's Alex Sarr do?
Big post.
I mean, no, I mean, what do you think he does tonight? You know, a whole bunch of nothing.
I mean, everything will be single digits.
Yeah. 19 years old.
Yeah, he's
going up against the Celtics. Good luck.
He's in trouble.
You're going to learn today, Bubba. You're going to learn today. OKC makes their season debut. They are 2-point dogs on the road in Denver. Who do you like in this one?
Man, this is a good football game. Oh, wait.
Good, yeah, well, good something.
Shoot, I have no idea. I haven't seen either one of them play. I expect big things from both.
These are presumably the two best teams in the Western Conference.
Man, on the top, I'd like Denver just because they're at home. That's just like the line.
That's a tough a tough place to go play too. And the last game, the late game, Minnesota at Sacramento. Minnesota -1.
Wait till we get a taste of Sacramento. Now they're a little bit redone. Is Herter healthy? I think he might be healthy. The addition of former Spur fell out of my brain. Former Bull, former Spur.
DeRozan.
DeMar's there. Sacramento is a low-key. They're balancing. This could be a very good basketball
I like Sacramento, too. And it's funny, Minnesota.
They didn't look all that good.
Didn't look very good against the Lakers.
Some kinks to work out.
And, I think they're learning how to play together. They're different than they were last year.
And Sacramento is fast. They're going to run.
Yep, I think I like Sacramento as well. Boy, we had fun in college football last night. Jacksonville State hit their team total over, just how I wanted. And Liberty lost outright. That was amazing. 2 games tonight. We got one with some Power 4 conference action. Georgia Southern is at Old Dominion. Old Dominion -1 at home. I think I'm going to sit that one out because I've got no interest in watching that game, like, at all.
Yeah.
But the late game between Syracuse and Pitt. Now,
Pitt's got some stake in the game.
1-loss Syracuse against unbeaten Pitt.
Pitt playing for a playoff spot.
You might have yourself a matchup here. The current spread is Syracuse +6 at Pittsburgh. I'll be honest. I mean, Kyle McCord's been pretty damn good. Wasn't good enough to be the guy at Ohio State. He's certainly enough to be the guy in Syracuse. And this has been a pretty damn good offense with him. Now, they've been a pretty terrible defense, but I didn't see Pitt having this good of offense. I don't know where this came from. They're 10th nationally in scoring. They're scoring almost 41 points per game. Things are working out for them. The Eli Holstein, who was an Alabama recruit, transferred out and is probably maybe the freshman of the year. Is in good shape for that anyway. This is going to be a fun game. I think there's going to be a lot of points scored. I think that's what it boils down to.
Pittsburgh a month ago hung 73 on Youngstown State.
Both these teams are bad pass defenses. Why wouldn't they rack up some points here?
They had a tough one against California, though. California's defensive backs are better than I thought.
They're very good in the secondary.
That was a good win. I like Syracuse here.
Do you?
I think they're going to surprise Pittsburgh.
Well, maybe we'll both win. Maybe we'll both win. I'll go with the over. You go with the with Syracuse. I'd be happy to see both. Pitt is a phony good team.
That's my thought.
They're not good defensively. They're not good enough, and they've played no one. And to their Syracuse, to their credit, remember they beat UNLV.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody else has done it. So I'm interested in this game tonight, and unbelievably, it does have playoff implications because Pitt hasn't lost yet.
I don't want Pitt to throw this thing off. I want them to lose.
I don't want bad teams. That's why I want BYU to lose.
Well, me too. I want Boise State. I'm angling for Boise State to get there.
Well, tomorrow's a big game. Boise State and UNLV. I might try to I'm not going to be able to.
Are they there? Is it in Vegas?
It's in Vegas. I was like, I might try to go to that game, but I'm going to be on my way to, or I'll be in Zion National Park.
You don't want to see Boise State unless they're standing on a field anyway.
My wife is taking all the fun out of things.
She had to get you working out some energy. She's got an ulterior motive. She wants you tired by the time you hit the sack.
She knows I got loaded up on pellets.
You know what we're going to do, honey? We're going to go for a 16-mile hike.
Yeah. Get some of this out of you. And in the NFL tonight, the Rams host the Vikings. There are 2.5s and 3s. So shop around. If you like the Vikings, obviously you want to take -2.5. If you like that, you're probably going to have to pay a little extra juice, probably -115, -120. And if you want the Rams, obviously you're on the lookout for a 3. Total in this game is 48. I think both these teams are, I don't know, the Vikings are better defensively than anybody thinks they are.
I think that what we saw last week against Detroit was not your typical outing because Detroit's firing on every cylinder. But yeah, they're good. They ain't great. They're good.
And if you think the Rams can win outright, +124 on that one. In the National Hockey League, you've got the Rangers hosting the Panthers. Rangers -155. Excuse me. The Devils -160 against the Red Wings. The Maple Leafs -240 hosting the Blues. Dallas Stars -120 at Boston. Tampa -150 at home against the Wild, and the Colorado Avalanche -135 at the Utah Hockey Club. Calgary's +150 hosting the Hurricanes. Hurricanes -180, and the Jets -125 at the Kraken. Sharks +260 at the Kings. Kings -325. God, the Sharks really suck. The Kings coming off a 6-1 loss, and now they're -325 favorites. I don't know about that. So plenty of hockey tonight as well, although I won't be watching any. There's a decent college football game on, decent NFL game on, and Spurs play. I think my night is booked. And I'm probably going to be having relations with my wife tonight.
Well, if you play your cards right, though, there's a long time between here and
If
there.
not that, I'll at least be, doing the dishes or something. I don't know. Probably more likely to be doing that. Got some chores to do. Oh, I'm gonna need this tree trimmed.
Some honeydews just waiting on you on the flight home. Is there a place you're gonna go eat? Like I got to get home and go eat this?
No, there's so many good places in Vegas that I don't have one picked out. I say, hey, wherever you guys feel like going. I like Pizza Rock there, but I just ate pizza the other day, so I don't know. There's too many options.
Maybe it's a home cooked meal that you need. So
I did tell her that I want that tonight. I'm getting a home cooked meal tonight. I haven't had many of those, Rob.
No, you haven't. Not
so,
in the last couple months, but you're due. So travel safe. Tomorrow you will be remote, though no one will know.
No, and Rob's going to check on my cat.
I will take care of Blueberry.
Going to make sure that she's not burning the house down.
Yeah, we'll see how we get along.
Well, if she's bad, just put her outside.
I'm bringing treats. She's going to love me.
All right. Friends, we'll be back tomorrow for a Friday. Blitz is out at Little Woodrow's today, Braun Road. Stop out and see them before Thursday Night Football. We'll see you at 6.